Do you wait inside of the tunnel, which is basically shoulder wide, and try to ambush at what you assume is the exit of the Carnath Roadhouse? Do you try to ambush somebody inside of the tunnel, just kind of like somewhere along the midpoint? Or do you wait outside and try to ambush somebody going in or coming out? Those are kind of the four things that were like the next thoughts on what you do for that day. And that's where we are picking up, because I didn't want two people to decide when we were not necessarily going to jump into that last session. And now we have 5 people to kind of discuss that and perhaps come to a resolution as to how to move forward. You've got a pretty good idea how they are smuggling things and perhaps people out of the roadhouse. How do you want to progress forward? Which Vicious, you can have inspiration.
I think Jan had a pretty good idea to wait until after they come out with whatever they're smuggling out and then ambush them.
Would that be waiting inside or outside for that?
Well, we're outside at the entrance to the tunnel, and then the tunnel leads into the basement of the roadhouse. So our real dilemma was to ambush them now and then pretend to be them and go in the tunnel and figure out who's corrupt, or to wait until they come out and then ambush them then and figure it out from there.
But the problem with waiting inside the tunnel is it's really small, so you can only fit one person in a. There can't be 2 persons next to each other. So.
Oh, we'd be waiting in single file. Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
Yeah. So I believe it would be better if we do it outside.
There's also the possibility if we have some inside and some outside. Like, we have at least one person waiting inside. If they see someone coming, they warn the others.
That would still be ambushing them beforehand, because they're not going to walk past you. As soon as they walk in, they're going to see anybody who's inside of the tunnel.
The real question is, do we want to ambush them before the rendezvous or after the rendezvous? And I think what we were deciding was to do it afterwards, because if we do it afterwards, we could figure out whatever they're smuggling out or whatever and get more information. And then also, like, who is corrupt, I guess. But we already pretty much figure it's Bagla.
Oh, yeah, that goes without saying.
So the idea we had is that we wait for afterwards, because if we attack them before, we will not get any information, and probably Buglock is waiting for them, and really like something must have happened to them. And if we don't attack them afterwards, they are just like Buglock is not waiting for them, and maybe gives us more opportunities to give them more information.
All right, then yeah, I'd say definitely we'll wait until after. We'll ambush them on the outside.
Sound like a good plan to everybody else?
Yeah, tunnel's too tight for me.
Definitely not the actual question, though. Do you want to ambush before or after they do the pickup? But if you don't have an opinion, after is already 3 votes, so it's kind of convince everybody, or yes.
Yes.
Does that sound like a plan to you, Josh?
Certainly sounds like a plan.
Alrighty. So it's still pretty early in the day. Solomon pulled you guys to the side early in the day, and it was his suggestion that if you're not going to do any actual work, you do the searching now. So I think the ghouls kind of came by roughly around lunch, after you all kind of let the lunch happenings go by. So you have another few hours of actual like sitting by, kind of stealthily waiting as you hope for the evening to come forward and get here as soon as possible. Let me have everyone roll stealth.
I don't know if you're rewinding a little bit, but when we ended last time, the people were already approaching and it was nighttime, and we were we already like stealth to avoid them. I don't know if you want to just start right there.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, if I rolled the stealth myself, I did not write that down, so we're just gonna go forward with this as is.
Did we have any rest in between when I ate somebody and now? Because I'm still at partial health and spell usage from that.
Yeah, we got a lot of
I
rest.
believe I rested you and then used some stuff in the process of the battle. So I think you are all set how you are.
KK.
And I feel like Vicious is in the same situation where she is missing stuff that is effectively actually missing.
I've got 42 hit points out of 49. Should I be at 49?
No, that's what I mean. Like, you actually have missing hit points.
Okay.
I'm actually not sure because I think the last fight was with me and Doc alone, and the
What-
one before was on the day before. I
No,
believe.
Yeah.
here's the thing. I had all four of you searching for the tunnel.
Oh
Doc
yeah.
and Hadar had the fight with the ghouls. The other two took damage, and I used spells to mock that they also fought ghouls in that process. And they also used hit dice in the process of that short rest that you guys took afterhand. Only reason I'm not doing it for Arlyle is because I didn't expect him to actually be here. I don't remember what calculus I used, like what math I used to fake them being in the battle without me playing
alright,
their
okay.
characters. But yes, everybody should be missing some level of hit points right now.
All right, cool.
Alrighty. So, a few hours after dark, and again, you guys are like outside of view of the actual roadhouse itself, just kind of camping in these woods around what is this like covered portion that is the entrance into that tunnel that pretty clearly leads to the roadhouse itself. So like waiting in these woods, just kind of sitting by for pretty much this entire day. About like 3 hours after dark, usually probably what you would assume is well past, when Bristle Pete has kind of kicked everybody out of the actual dining location and most people have started to go to bed. Like, here's a better way to calculate it. The high moon, you guys actually start to see mid-month, so it's a full moon. Yeah, so you would see these humanoids starting to walk up, and they seem to be pretty large creatures. They stand about, most of them, about 5.5, 6.5 feet tall. Pretty stocky, large bodies. And as they kind of approach forward, they seem to just kind of be clumsily walking through the swamp on 2 legs. A few of them seem to approach on 4 legs. And they start to progress into the tunnel, not really paying too much attention, and apparently not noticing any of you.
Are these the fabled lizard folk that I've been hearing so much about?
You can roll a perception check at disadvantage.
It is 14.
They do seem to be lizard-like.
All right, then. And you said they're already starting to approach. How far off would you say they are?
How far off do you want them to be? Because as far as I'm concerned, they are walking into the tunnel right now.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah. From what I
What are
understood
you
of the
going
plan,
for?
Oh, I'm about to attack. I just wanted to know what spell I'm going to be using.
Okay, the plan is to not attack them until they come out of the tunnel once they rendezvous.
I thought this was the rendezvous. I totally misunderstood.
Yeah, the
Doc,
whole conversation we had was to either attack them before they go in the tunnel or after they come out, and we all decided when they come out.
Yeah, fair.
Tynus,
Alright.
roll initiative for me.
I love that when I'm not the only stupid one.
That's fair.
Don't think Tynus can beat that because I don't think he has dexterity.
Oh yeah, no, I can't.
All right, Doc, you can successfully stop Tynus as you clearly see that he has no attention span and is preparing to cast a spell at these creatures.
Thank you for
So,
stopping me.
No plan. Survives contact with the enemy. Well done, Doc. You saved this one. Again, a plan. The moment it is finished being planned, immediately the party goes off plan. So, again, Tynus, Doc reaches over and stops you from casting as the lizard folk enter into the tunnel.
If Doc stops me, I'm just gonna hold. Just stop casting. Just wait.
Anything that you are all doing after they enter the tunnel?
Well,
I'm gonna try to hear footsteps to determine when they're actually like out of hearing range.
They walk pretty silently. It's not long before you can't actually hear them.
All right. Once I can no longer hear them, I'm going to whisper to Doc. Thought we were going to ambush them.
I'm also going to whisper, Doc, give a signal when we should attack.
But just stay silent and out of on that they with try to not kill.
Most definitely.
How do we tell who to kill?
They look like lizards to me, so kill all the don't kill the non-lizards unless they're bogluck.
Kill lizards. Okay.
That's all Tynus is gonna say. Just keep waiting now.
About 15 or so minutes pass until eventually these creatures start to make their way out of the tunnel. A few of them are actually like carrying like larger sacks. Some of the creatures that were walking on four legs seem to have like large crates like strapped to their backs and are walking with the crate like across their back. And there appears to be 5 humans who are traveling with them.
How do the humans look like? Can we see anything?
Roll a perception at disadvantage.
Yeah, I want to roll one too to see if they look like they're bound or if they're like willingly like traveling.
Perception disadvantage as well for you. Adar, they look a lot like humans. They've got skin.
Fantastic.
Doc, they too look like humans. Can't really tell. I guess whether they're bound or not's pretty low DC. They don't seem to be moving a lot, but they don't seem to be struggling to move, but you can't really tell whether they're bound or not.
Well then. Wait for the signal. I'm gonna keep my eyes on Doc to see if he signals an attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna ready an act. Well, I'm gonna ready an attack for whatever. Not whatever, for one of the larger guys, which is not human. And if I see that one of my comrades attacks, I'm also gonna attack.
And what are you readying?
A hit with my quarterstaff. Two-handed attack with my quarterstaff.
Just quarterstaff attack if Doc attacks.
Yes.
I'm just gonna like look over at everybody and give the universal signal, which is a like thumb drawn across my throat, saying let's end these.
Right, and Tynus will stand up and cast Burning Hands.
Let me have you roll 2d4, Tynus.
Okie dokie. 8. Wow, max roll.
So as you're drawing your hand across your throat, Doc, Tynus stands up killing 4 of the humans and 4 of the lizard folk.
You aren't supposed to kill the humans.
Everybody starts
Omelet
screaming
eggs.
and yelling.
Right.
God, I love running an evil campaign. You
We're all a
guys
little mix of
talk
good
at the
and
most
evil.
idiotic times, and you straight murder hobo at the hilarious times.
I selected. I don't know. Obviously, I can't figure this out.
If only there was like a hotkey that automatically rolling.
Oof, not 20. Check me out.
Nice.
So, what do you have in mind, Arlisle, as you see these creatures walking in front of you, and Tynus is burning them alive? They are screaming in agony.
So I'm guessing the humans are screaming in agony and basically as good as dead.
There seem to be a single human who's like in shock, and 2 lizard folk who are yelling and screaming. 4 lizard folk are burning. 4 humans are burning.
Well, they're a lost cause, so I stab a lizard dude.
Roll to attack with advantage.
So 16 to hit for 12.
And 1 more attack from you.
Ooh, a natural 1, but is it still advantage?
Yeah, still advantage. So
Well, thank
he
God for
will
that.
die. Doc, there's currently... What did you say? That was a lizard guy that you were attacking there, Arlisle?
Yep.
There seems to be a human and a lizard folk who are still alive.
All right, I'm going to restrain the human or grapple him or whatever. Knock him unconscious. I don't know. Put him in a chokehold.
Make a strength check.
I'm gonna use a luck point on that. Try to save him.
Wow.
He seems to almost be going insane before your eyes, and seems to have some incredible strength focusing into his body as he is watching these 8 individuals burn in front of his eyes, and almost without paying any attention to you trying to grapple him, is just like flailing, and you're unable to restrain him. And Hadar, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna shout, "You guys, stop what you're doing and stay there." And then I'm gonna stop my end my turn with that. Wait, I want to roll in front of the cave, so no one gets through there.
So you're putting a big ol' stone in front of the cave to seal it. And by stone,
Yes.
I mean your fat body.
Yes, perfect.
Make a persuasion check for you there. Stop. The lizard looks at his burning friends, looks at you, looks at his friends. Vicious, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I had initiative, but you figured it out. Okay. I will shoot the lizard because no one told me not to.
Those will kill, because it'll still be with advantage. And once again, thank you all for being murder hobos and killing off all of the lizard folks, because I have given you no information with cultists so far, and you decided to save a cultist. So, Right now, you guys have a single cultist alive, and you've murdered all of the lizard folk. What would you like to do?
Restrain that guy. Definitely restrain that guy.
I like to imagine 5 of you can restrain one person.
Grab his dick and twist it.
No, not the old dick
Grab his
twist.
dick and twist it, apparently.
5-person dick twist.
Thing's gonna come off. We can't do this. We can't be that evil.
It's an evil campaign. That's what we do now.
Yeah, he dies from fright or something, pain, whatever.
You guys heard of Tiamat? Behold, of the lovely strangers.
I think the correct term is like overpensile torsion or something.
Do we recognize the human from the camp?
Or the caravan.
He is one of the people who's been in the Carnath Roadhouse. You have not seen him on any of the work crews, though, but you've seen him there every night.
And what about like the crates? Are there any like crates still intact from the lizard folks, so we could like see what was in them?
I would like to.
I just
sign off on
rolled
that.
2 1s and a 3 on d20s. So there are 3 crates that seem to have been put out by lizard flesh.
So we're gonna be gagging this guy so he'll stop screaming and going through those crates.
He passes out moments after being gagged.
Perfect. Stop gagging him so he doesn't completely lose air.
Did your gag have some kind of like chloroform on it or something?
Probably.
It wasn't a rag made out of like Doc's most recent pair of undies or anything like that, was it?
Where did I get this gag? Huh.
Can I try to use my healer's kit to stabilize one of the dead lizard folk or dying lizard folk?
Let's see. Highness. Roll. Roll a D100 for me, Tynus.
Okie dokie. 25.
Damn.
Looking over all of the lizard folk, they all seem as if there's just massive. Well, wait. What was it? Vicious kind of did the least damage to one of them, I think. No, she did 18. Yeah, you can do a test on the one that Arlyle impaled at the lance.
Oh, what do you want me to roll? Medicine?
Yeah, you can do like a normal check with your healer's kit.
I think the healer's kit automatically stabilizes them. That's the point.
Yeah,
But regardless,
but
I rolled a
normally like an NPC is different from like an actual character NPC is different from a player character. Doing a check for somebody that you guys clearly murdered is different than doing a check on like a character and doing a check on an NPC character.
Well, it seems important. Like maybe we need to figure out where these lizard folk are going or what their agenda is. So I'm gonna use a luck. Was not meant to be.
Yeah.
Nope. All of the lizard folk are very much dead at this point.
All right. Let's start looking through those crates.
Yes, this is peruse our ill-gotten gains.
Just gonna crack them open and look inside. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, just gonna use my rusty machete to crack them open and look inside. Actually, let's have someone stronger than me do that, because no. I'll tell Arlyle to help me crack this crate and offer him the rusty machete.
Does anybody have a crowbar?
I don't think I do. No.
I certainly don't.
Overall, it doesn't take much effort to open them. If you guys are just going straight on inside, you are most welcome to.
Wait, I have a crowbar. Dude, I have one.
Hadar
I'm gonna
rolls on over and, with no effort at all, opens all 3 of the crates.
What are we seeing inside?
Who's looking inside? Let me have 3 people.
Oh, Tinus for sure.
I'll stand back. I won't get involved.
I'm looking inside. I'm one of them.
Yeah, I
I'll
guess
look.
I can. Oh, you want to do it? Yeah, you'd be the third, Bishop.
Sure, I'll look.
All right, all 3 of you investigation checks at disadvantage.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad idea for me to look.
Yeah, I got a 21 even on my lowest.
Well, I see a box.
So let's see. Hadar, you see a box with a bunch of different, looks like a lot of circles. There's some squares, some kind of weird shapes, but generally speaking, a lot of circles. Tinus, you see a box of kind of looks like maybe necklaces. There's some rings. There's definitely a lot of circles in there. And then Vicious, you open up a box with a bunch of weapons.
Ooh, weapons.
It just occurred to me what our issue is. I will cast light.
Hadar has a box of coins with some emeralds and gems and things inside of it. Tinus has a box of amulets, rings, and some coins. And Vicious has a box of weapons. Not very nice weapons, but metal weapons. Almost all metal weapons.
Looks like we've intercepted one of the cult's treasure gatherings. We should find out where they were taking these, because that's likely where the cult is storing all of its hoard. I will drop light immediately after we saw that.
Guess probably would have helped if we had not have killed all of the lizard folk. We might be able to learn where they're headed, but this one was in the camp with us, so I doubt he knows where we were going, but worth a shot.
Well, he was being traveled or brought along, and he is most likely a cultist, so we can't discount his knowledge just yet.
Doc, do an investigation for me. This was the guy that you were grappling before, and after he kind of passes out, you like went off to check one of the lizard folk, but going back to him, you notice he doesn't have anything binding him.
Our next course of action, should we continue our, I assume we're going to interrogate this individual. Should we do that somewhere out here?
It might be worth doing, so we got clues to what we're walking into here.
I think we should move further away from the roadhouse.
Why not go to the roadhouse and eat a healthy lunch? Or more like diner?
I don't think we should go back in immediately.
We obviously
Oh.
know like the general direction they came from, but can I see if there's like a discernible trail?
During the daylight, you all spotted some signs of a trail, so you're aware enough that there is, in fact, some level of a trail for you to follow.
Let's grab the body and we can take them a little further away and maybe wake them up and get them to lead us where they're coming from.
As long as we can keep an eye on the cave entrance while we're doing that.
That seems like a good idea. Let's proceed.
Carlisle, do a intelligence check for me. Highness, do an intelligence at disadvantage.
Okie doke.
7 for me.
Crushing it. You guys did not get a good count of how many people went inside.
So let's proceed down the trail, and when this gentleman wakes up, we will interrogate.
Doing anything to wake them up?
Do you want him woken up?
Tynus is gonna look to Doc. Say, I'm not very good at slapping people.
I can slap him.
You're too good at slapping people.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't think he'll try to escape us. But maybe we should stand like in a circle around him. We don't have him currently restrained, just knocked out.
We could use some rope and tie him up before we wake him up.
I think that would be for the best. At this point, we can assume he knows this area better than us. I don't want him to run off into the swamp and we lose him.
He's still gagged as well, right?
No, I took the gag out when he passed out.
Okay. I tie him up with my rope.
You've got a soldier background, right, on Carlisle?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You feel pretty confident that you're... Oh, wait, no, you're Acolyte.
Oh shit, sorry. I'm so used to being soldier on every character I've made so far, yeah.
I'm a pirate.
Yeah, fuck it. Carlisle, you start to tie it, and whether you're successful or not, Vicious is overlooking your knot skills. And she starts the backseat drive, and you're pretty confident that you've tied him up quite well.
You're welcome, guys.
Much appreciated.
Or me.
Vicious, you are very confident that it was your abilities that coached him through that.
Got the job done.
It's all coming up Carlisle.
Alright. Now then, suppose we should figure out what we're going to ask. I mean, ultimately, I would want him to just lead us to where they were going.
So a few moments after finishing tying him, his breath kind of steadies a little bit from the belabored breathing of since he passed out. And then a few moments after that, he starts to come to, and as he starts to look at Carlisle and Vicious overhead, you just see him start to panic again. Who? Why did you? Who?
Calm down. Calm down. Right. We have a few questions for you. Of course, if you don't answer them, you'll go the way of your friends.
Blessings be upon me for my death.
Crap, another one of these.
They're a fucking cult.
Yeah, they are. I'm just having fun.
We've got a couple of Zone of Truths we could use.
They're a fucking cult. They've given you no information inside of Zone of Truths.
Yeah, no, Zone of Truth. I don't even have that prepared anymore. At least I don't think I do.
I've got it.
They just don't have to answer, though. This is why I was saying I can't believe you guys killed all the lizards. Stop being murder hobos. NPCs are plot hooks.
Point.
NPCs are plot hooks. What are you
We got
guys going to
ourselves
try
a
to
couple of
ask
dead
this
hooks.
guy? He seems dead set on not giving you information. The moment Tyna said, "We've got questions for you," he just went tight-lipped. Well, actually, realistically, the moment he recognized who was standing over him, he went tight-lipped. And he reacted next to none at all when Tyna said, "We've got questions for you."
Is there a like a Geneva Convention in this world, or are we okay to like just start waterboarding him?
You just burned his friends alive.
You're going to lead us to where you were taking that loot.
Tynus, I saw you use this burning spell before. Could you burn the feet of this guy as he don't talk? I think that would be funny.
Oh, gladly. We're not going to kill you, but I am going to put you in great pain.
I would probably would use a simpler method and just remove some of his fingers.
Oh, we could start with the fingers, I guess, but I was thinking something a bit more, useful.
You mean
Ah,
his special parts?
That your
Yeah,
thought? You
something like
guys
that.
want to torture him?
Well, we're just threatening torture.
I'd rather
them, maybe.
not torture him. I'm more trying to make like threats to see if they're going to affect him. Since his life isn't important, maybe pain is.
Let me have a persuasion at disadvantage from Tynus and Arlisle.
Can I give myself advantage by putting like a red light in my hands?
You have disadvantage because every single cultist that you've met so far has begged for death by Tiamat rather than answer any questions.
That's fair.
Well, I did get a natural 20 for 26, but with disadvantage, it's only 10.
And I got a 4.
You guys go through an extensive process of torturing this man, removing whatever body parts that you would like to, or rather, you can go through an extensive process of not torturing this man, pretending like you're going to take his fingernails, pretending like you're going to take this or do that. He reacts none at all.
Can we actually start taking fingernails then?
You, Vicious, you can roll a intimidation at disadvantage. You start to take his body parts in a rather methodical order, extenuating up through a process of things that seem less valuable, but pretty important, to things that seem quite important to maybe not his life, but the existence of his line moving on through the future. And doesn't seem to react. But there is eventually a point where he says, "What do you want to hear?"
The final destination of this loot.
Tiamat's glory.
The physical final destination of this loot.
Tiamat's horde. Just kill me.
How do we get through to him?
How do I reach these keys?
What was that?
I was doing the South Park thing of how do I reach these kids?
Let's see. There must be some way to threaten his connection to.
Oh yeah, well, what would be like the most preferable way for him to die? Like, I'm guessing like by fire or something, because Tiamat's presumably some kind of fire dragon. So
One of
therefore
her
we could.
heads is fire.
Any element, really.
Shit. So we can't
And
like.
poison.
So we can't technically do the opposite element to him then. That's
Yeah,
like
what is it? Fire, acid, cold,
Ice.
lightning, and what the green is poison.
If we've decided to kill him, I'd prefer a different method.
He is bleeding out. His genitals were the last thing that just got removed.
Ah, crud. Let's see. Can I? Oh, that would be a use. Tynus is gonna drain this guy.
As you feed on him, you notice very quickly he doesn't have much blood left in him by the time you go to bite into him. But you're able to start to feed. It doesn't really taste delicious. It seems an ill-gotten use after having bled him out, after having missed out on any information. But it does taste like food, which you've only had twice in the last 12 days, I think. 12 days. The second time you've tasted anything.
Well, Tynus is feeling a little better about the situation, even though they didn't get anything. Well, we are at least aware of the trail, so we'll have to make some point of following along that at some point in the day. But for now, we should probably head back. I don't think we can make any more out of this particular venture, unless anyone else has any ideas.
I exhausted myself with the idea of moving his genitalia. I mean, I can go no further today with brain ideas.
Doc, been awfully quiet.
Gonna get any something? Probably a little more useful. Kept one.
Yeah.
How far are we away from the tunnel right now?
It's more or less up to you all. Like, you basically said that you wanted to stay within sight of it.
I'm gonna head back over to the tunnel and go down in it and check that there's not any stragglers.
Are you going with light? Are you going to light something once you get in there?
Yeah, once I get into the tunnel, I guess light a tool.
You go through, you walk down through the end of it. You feel pretty confident that this was the crew. They went in, picked up these humans and the crates, and they were coming out, and you got everybody.
If only I had some diamond. But I guess for now, what are we doing? We just heading back to the roadhouse? Well, if no one has anything to say, then yeah, I think we should start heading back to the roadhouse. Actually, we might need to clean up these bodies first, so how long would it take to reduce these bodies to ash?
I mean, you guys could collect some firewood and make a process of burning them, like on beers.
Could I use a spell to do it?
It would take about 2 hours and all of your spell slots for the day.
Nah, that's a bit too risky given what we're getting into. Yeah, I think I'll just move the bodies off.
So you weren't
away
in
from the
particular
entrance.
here for this. You guys are already off the trail. Like, the trail that these bodies are on is the trail for smuggling the stuff out of the roadhouse. So that's the question. Are you trying to hide them from other people who would be coming here to smuggle, or are you trying to hide them from workers?
Workers is what I was thinking, but if
Yeah, the people,
already
like,
a ways
having
from them.
already done the investigation, you guys were off the actual, like, route out of the roadhouse. They started looking from just out of sight of the roadhouse, which is in the thick of the actual forest, like nigh jungle / swampiness. So you guys are already off in a pretty hidden area. And that's clearly part of what this tunnel is designed to, is that the entrance isn't really in danger of being spotted. Only somebody who would know it was here, or is in particular looking for it, would have any chance of really stumbling upon this spot.
Cool. Well, then, no need to talk about hiding. When we return, we'll be returning at a very odd hour. Should we come up with some sort of cover story?
You all have never come back this late yet.
Knowing what we know of the schedules, we would know at this point most people would be asleep, yeah?
Yep.
So there's the potential to just sneak back in.
Well, I don't feel like sneaking back in as a good idea because we will definitely be spotted in the next morning, and then we'll be, how did we get there?
But people who stay out at night are usually just dead.
So I mean, we
Let me
could.
have Hadar and Tynus make intelligence checks.
Okie doke.
It might be time that presumed dead is the right thing to do, and the roadhouse is behind you, Hadar. All the food in the world be damned. It just feels like it's time to move on.
So it feels like not going back to the rodeos.
Come on, let me hear Hadar say all the food in the world be damned.
Would he say that?
Never, but that's why I said it to him.
But it's only green
Guys.
slop or blue slop or whatever color slop. It's not like it was good food.
I mean, I thought it was fine enough.
Guys,
Tynus jokes.
Looking at the crate that was full of money or gold or whatever, how much are we talking here? Like just roughly glancing at it.
just
This is probably more gold than any of you all have seen yet. In
I'm
one
gonna have
crate.
I'm gonna have to agree with Haydar on this one. We've got ourselves a small fortune here, and even if we can buy a little time returning to the roadhouse, I think it's just a matter of moments before they realize what's going on here. Perhaps we should pursue another course of action. Either head back to society with all our newfound glory, or try and pursue the path of the lizard folk and see if we can find any leads along that course of action.
That is where I would cast my lot in. We do still intend to keep investigating, and while we don't have a guide, we do have a path. I think we should at least try to find out where they were taking this, because that is likely Tiamat's horde, or at least a stopping point on the way to it.
guys, I would rather eat humans than going back to the den.
Don't worry, Hadar. Remember, I can create food. 40 pounds of food whenever you like.
Yeah, I mean it's food, but it tastes like shit, but it's better than nothing.
Correct.
It's still better than the place. Yeah.
While you distinctly remember it doesn't quite taste like shit, it has no flavor at all.
Maybe we can buy you some salt on the road somewhere.
It tastes like nothing. That's my favorite flavor.
So much easier to inhale food when it doesn't have a taste.
But just winking to Tynus.
Tynus can't taste food either, so we're on the same side.
So, looking at the path, is it something that we could clearly follow, or do I need to make some kind of check or whatever?
I believe we should wait until day when it's more apparent.
I think
Yeah.
we should get as far as we can from this area before someone discovers what we've gotten into.
Moving at night is going to require checks. During the day, you could probably follow it pretty easily during the day. It's going to be a check regardless, like mechanically, but at night it's going to take a lot more effort. But it is certainly possible.
I think we should grab the crates and the valuables and distance ourselves from this area. Not wait until morning when they're likely to discover us.
I think instead of trying to carry the crates with us, let's just find a nice place to bury them and mark them on a map somewhere so we can come back for them when we aren't in the middle of an investigation. Highness, you're a pirate. I mean, Vicious, you're a pirate. We can have a buried treasure.
Okay.
Don't think that that's a very intelligent idea. Why would we leave behind the riches in pursuit of something that we may not even find? Seems like an awful lot of effort for potential failure. Why not just take the crates with us and see where they lead us?
It would be more effort to carry the crates through a trail through a swamp that we aren't fully aware of. I think we should leave them for now and come back when we have more sure ideas of where we are and where we're going.
Let me have
I
a group
I assume these
intelligence
crates are
check.
heavy.
Yeah, I think it does sound good that Tynus has disadvantage and Doc has advantage. Because that way I don't have to tell you opposite of what you were just arguing.
That's fair.
Because you guys, barring Hadar rolling a 1, basically, you guys have a pretty solid understanding. You're probably never coming back to this place.
That is fair.
If you want some fucking gold, load yourselves up with some fucking gold now. You all also
Right.
have an understand that perhaps there's a reason that there was a bunch of shitty weapons being transferred with gold. Maybe the shitty weapons have a lot of value to them as well. And perhaps it's more valuable than gold to the right people.
I concede to your logic, Doc.
It's not like we'll be running through these woods here. I think that it's going to be difficult to probably follow this trail. So being encumbered is probably not going to slow us down any more than just taking our time to find the path. So I guess with that, we would like load up all the stuff, seal the crates again, and then try to follow the path.
I just want to ask if there are any specific which weapons are inside the box. Can I see anything like a dagger or a quarterstaff?
Are you just going to look inside?
Yeah.
You can make a perception check at disadvantage.
Assuming my torch is still lit, I'll hand it to Hadar.
Make a perception check.
I got detect magic prepared, but I do not.
Here, take this torch, Hadar. A little light will probably help you.
And you're in particular looking for daggers or a quarterstaff?
Yeah, but I believe you say they are made of iron, metal before, yeah, but I believe there's not
Vicious did notice that as she was looking through it, everything was metallic. There wasn't anything that was like predominantly wood with a little bit of metal on it. There was a focus on these are metal items. And you guys might notice looking over the lizard folk have no metal on them. It's almost as if this was payment for somebody.
Well, I believe I would still be looking for a quarterstaff and daggers.
There is no quarterstaff. You can roll a d4. Find 3 daggers.
Doc, I found some daggers for you. You want to use them?
Oh, yeah, you can never have too many daggers.
Any chain shirts in there?
There are no chain shirts.
Darn.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the daggers to Doc then.
Guess I'll load up on as much gold as I can carry.
Do a investigation check. Are you guys still pretending to stay in the darkness? Are you all lighting lights now that Doc has a torch? I'm trying to drive this in that you guys need light to see.
Tynus will reignite his light cantrip anyway.
Roll an investigation check. You can load up with as much gold as you would like. You guys, right now, you guys have access to... Let's see. One of the chests weighs 85 pounds. The other weighs 47 pounds. And again, this is essentially just rough estimates. That's what I rolled for how much is in each one. So you can pretty much load up to 85 pounds in gold right now between the party. And the other one will be 47 pounds in silver.
You'd think they could buy some better weapons with that much gold.
Make an intelligence check at advantage. You 100% recognize that these weapons are meant to buy off the lizard folk, that perhaps they're not terribly loyal to the cult of the dragon. Don't murder all the lizard folk. And all you have to do to buy their loyalty is give them fucking metal weapons.
Oh,
Oh my god!
gotcha.
You were
Okay, I
given
see.
allies and you murdered all of them in a second with burning hands.
My bad. That's my bad.
Almost like they're a slave race.
Man, I should be really
Stop being
careful with my
murder
burning
hobos.
hands.
Is Vicious sharing this information with us?
Well, yeah. I
Okay.
think maybe the lizard people like metal. It seems like that we could get them on our side next time. We shouldn't tell them that we killed all these other ones, though.
Yeah, so you're telling us that we didn't need to kill all these lizards.
It's at that point that you all notice that none of the humans are carrying anything at all, and all of the lizard folk were carrying stuff.
I'm gonna pick up 40 pounds of gold.
Tanis, why are you loading your pockets up with gold? We're planning on taking all of this with us, and I don't think you're going to find any shops around here anywhere.
Oh, are we going to keep carrying the crates?
Yeah, I probably would want to investigate the bodies of the lizards if you say they're carrying something more, probably, on them.
They have Stone Age materials on them.
Great.
So we're just gonna wait until daylight and then try to move along that trail, yeah?
I don't think waiting till daylight is a good idea. We should probably distance ourselves from the camp.
So, do you all
right.
have somebody who can carry 85 pounds?
Sure.
I need to check it.
I did the math, and in addition to what he already has, Tynus can only carry 41 more pounds.
Yeah, I think, like, Vicious, you can carry 165 total pounds, so you're right about that, like, 38 more pounds. So I have a feeling you all do need to go through a process of splitting up these items if you want to carry all of it. But you can probably carry all of it.
Wait, 61 because he doesn't have his chain shirt anymore. So 61 pounds, actually.
Okay, well, carrying capacity says 240 pounds, and I'm currently carrying
yeah,
one.
because orcs have a actual extra carrying capacity bonus as well. You're not a normal 15 per strength.
Right, so I have like just over 120 pounds that I can carry, but it would seem that carrying 2 crates would mean my arms are encumbered, and then I can't hurt something if needed.
We can just tie ropes to your back.
Okay, that'll work. We need a wagon, though.
Considering they were just carrying these by hand, I don't think we're going to find a wagon in. Wait, there are wagons in there. But let's not try to steal a wagon.
Okay.
I didn't mean on a wagon, I meant on just to tie the treasure to her back, completely like a backpack.
Sure. How physically large are these crates? Are we being constrained in any way?
With enough rope and ingenuity, you could probably tie the larger crate to your back.
I got 50 feet of rope.
All right, I'll do that then.
And Tynus can carry 60 pounds.
He can.
You can tie the smaller crate to Tynus's back.
I have another 50 feet of rope if needed.
Are you all taking the weapon?
Yes. I have like 50 LBs free.
Are we trying to go find the lizard folk and be nice to them?
That's what I was thinking. We are gonna try to like complete the deal and get them on our side. So who's gonna be carrying the weapon?
I can carry some weapons. I have like 50 LB left. I don't know what LB stands for.
That's pounds.
Oh, it's not okay. Wait. Yeah. Then I can carry 50 pounds of weapons.
All right, cool. So do we have like 3 sets of rope to tie all these to everyone's backs?
I think anybody who starts with normal adventuring gear has 50 feet of rope. So it should be every single one of you has your own 50.
It's true. All right, and I'm not gonna be continue to contest Doc about not going or following this trail at night, but would you prefer that I cast daylight as we travel, so that we do have some level of better view of the path we're trying to go down? This was asked to Doc.
I'm not really sure the constraints or abilities of your spell there. If it's better than traveling at torchlight, I suspect it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it would be 60 feet of daylight and then a further 60 feet of dim light around us. So it would actually be way better than torches.
I think at least for a little bit, discretion is key. But with the fog rolling in and nighttime, I don't think that they'd be able to spot us once we get a little distance from the camp.
Are you concerned about someone from the camp spotting us and not whatever is in the swamp spotting us?
Well, either one could be problematic, but I suspect at this point in time, the most ideal situation is to just make our way away from the camp.
Fair enough. I suppose we'll just start with normal torchlight and we'll jump to a greater bit of light once we're further enough away. Oh, I guess with all of our stuff loaded up, we're just gonna head off.
Alrighty, who's going to try to follow the trail?
I'd like to think all of us, but Tynus is definitely gonna try to follow that trail.
Anybody helping Tynus?
I'm gonna follow Ty. Yeah, I'm helping Tynus. Okay.
Yeah, I'll look for the trail while the slaves carry the baggage.
So Doc's going to lead?
Boy,
Yeah, that's fine.
Doc's gonna lead. I wanna cast enhance ability on him and give him some more wisdom.
What is that? Owl's wisdom?
That is Owl's wisdom. Yeah.
So Doc, you can make a search with advantage. Do a survival check. Across the first hour or so of travel, you are able to follow what seems like the trail. And it seems to be going deeper into the actual swampland. Probably about a half hour or so into that process is when you would actually cross through a stream that the work road crossed over. And it's pretty clear how this path crossed the work road is that the lizard folk were basically walking through the water at that point.
You'd never have even noticed, no matter how many times we crossed over this and had no idea. Suspect we've made enough distance, though, Tynus, if you'd like to use your light spell now.
Very well. Using my second to last third level slot, I will cast Daylight.
Shortly after casting daylight, you hear a odd series of hisses where you hear like let me have somebody roll a d12.
I can do it.
After you hear this, you see a lizard walk up onto the trail ahead of you, and in a moment of shock, you hear his voice like rumble as he's saying, "We have to run! It's coming!" And then it notices that you're not lizard folk and dives off onto the right side of the trail.
Before I can die, I'd say, "We're bringing your goods." Just try to call out before he completely jumps away to let him know we have his stuff.
How far away from us is he when he like dives off the trail?
He was about 5 or 10 feet in front of you as he like ran up onto the trail and then dove off of it, noticing who you were.
Is it possible to like pursue and try and restrain him like as silently as possible?
Make a dexterity check at disadvantage.
All right, and I'm gonna yell out to we mean you no harm, hold up there.
As you grab onto his flesh, it's a very like slippery, scaly flesh, and you feel like you've got a really solid grip onto it as it just kind of slips out of your hands. And I'm gonna need everybody to roll for initiative.
Oh crap! Not rolling very good on my initiatives today.
I haven't rolled good on anything today.
I swear I got this right once, but now I can't remember what I'm supposed to select.
Your character.
I thought I did.
You clicked your token at the bottom of the page.
Are you there right now, Josh? Can you roll initiative? As quick as we got Josh back, we've lost him.
The law has taken him again.
Nope, still can't do it. I don't know. I'm
It's
inept. Whatever.
Must be a glitch then.
I'm saying half orc forever.
Roll20 is so used to not rolling for you now.
Okay, I rolled something, maybe? Or you stuck that in there?
Yes, I added you in. When you all let me know that you failed to get into the initiative, I can add you. Most of the time, I don't look for it unless you let me know.
Well, I'm the only one in the order that I can see.
Oh, it's
I
doing
don't
that
understand.
thing again. We moved to a new map, so now it's... I guess they tied turn order to maps specifically.
You all can place yourselves in this location in the order that you would like to be progressing forward. I believe you said Doc was leading and Tynus was helping him, so I put them at the front.
Yeah, I'm wherever that lizard was at, obviously.
Yeah, Tynus was trying to call out to him, so I'm going to say I'm right behind you. Oh, yeah, do you want us to roll our initiatives again, even though we'll pop up here in turn order twice for you?
I would rather not because I have you in initiative.
Fair enough.
I don't think it really serves any function for you all to see the initiative counter regardless.
Yeah, once we go through one full turn, we'll all know when we're happening anyway.
It's meta knowledge as fuck anyways, so it's one of the reasons why I'd really rather just get rid of initiative altogether. Do another system. Alright, I'm still balancing this as if Josh is going to be here. But we shall see how that progresses. But at present, we're gonna move forward. And this is definitely random as fuck, so thank Hadar.
Yeah, so
But Hadar, you are going to see this lizard run up to you all, say, "It's coming," and then dive off to the north of where Doc is. What are your thoughts as it does this?
I'm gonna be like, guys, I think we should run to the north, and I'm gonna begin to step to the north. Can I go there because it's water?
It is
Can't really
difficult terrain. This whole map is difficult terrain. Classic Hadar, running food, running food.
So does he float or not float?
That does indeed float.
Wait, difficult terrain was that I used twice the amount, huh?
Yep, half movement.
For 45 movement, I can go for 20
20.
then?
Hello, sorry guys, I'm back now.
Hey, what up? Can you roll into initiative, Josh?
Yep, sure, 1 second. Sorry, my boss called me, and it's the first time he's called me since I started jury duty, so I had to answer.
I was vaguely thinking it was something along those lines. It was like, I guarantee he's getting hollered at by work.
I figured you
got
tuckered
11.
yourself out from all that dick twisting and had to take a little nap.
The old dick twister is extreme.
Not sure where you dropped out at, but you guys were following the path, loaded down with all of the treasure. Well, I guess really the gold. I think you guys left all the weapons behind, and you were following the path. A lizard folk ran up and kind of yelled, "We have to get off the path, quick, it's coming." And in that process, it recognized that you all were not who it expected, and it leapt off into the water and dove off the path.
I
Ooh,
thought
ominous.
Hadar was carrying the weapons.
Yeah, I'll talk to them.
Okay, Hadar
I
is
thought-
loaded down with all of the weapons.
Yeah, he's got the weapons. I've got the lightest box, and Vicious has the heaviest.
All right, so again,
nice.
this is one of the reasons why actually updating your character sheet matters, because I do not have really any of that on your character sheets. But yeah, can you carry 62 pounds, Hadar?
Well, I can carry. Wait, I have to check. No, not 50, not 62. Wait, I have to carry. I have to carry.
Oh. Do you want me to carry some of the stuff for you? Split some over on my way?
I can give you one. I can give you the daggers in my inventory, probably.
I mean, if you want me to, I can carry them for you temporarily and then give them back to you once you put the crate down. Or even just take some of the weapons out of the crate and I can just carry them in my whatever it is I carry things with.
Yeah, I can give you the daggers of my inventory, which are around 10 pounds, and then I can carry the 62 pounds because I have 111 right now, and I can carry up to 165.
How many daggers is it so I can update my character sheet?
Yeah, it should be 10 daggers.
Okay, I'll do it now.
Yeah, is there a way to add a custom item that says, maybe I can do this thing that says custom item?
Yeah. Manage equipment, custom item, and you just put down 85 pounds of gold and silver. Alrighty, so somebody says it's coming, and Hadar runs.
Yeah, that would be the end of my turn, also.
What a brave ball.
One of the islands to the south of you begins to move in a massive, shambling mound of plants. Good roll, Hadar, good roll. It's one of the most interesting pieces, and of course it's the last thing I threw at you. And it's gonna move right up to Tynus and swing out at him with a few vines.
I'm gonna use my feature to try to
You're gonna
blind
flare
this
it?
creature.
With
Flare.
the first one?
Yeah, flare the first attack.
Can you post flare in the actual screen for?
There you go.
As you flare this plant matter that's filled with vines and plant matter, it attacks you. Fucking Christ, a 3 and a 4.
Ooh.
You have a sneaking
It's scared.
suspicion that it is pointless to flare something that doesn't have eyes.
Ah, boy.
Well, now you know.
Plants don't see. Cha.
And it's going to go to Arlau.
Right, 1 second. I'm just
Oh, wait a second,
refamiliarizing
my
myself.
bad. Never mind. There's one more. Another island is going to kind of come to life. And as it moves
Shit.
towards Arlau, it's going to reach out and strike at him. 17 is... Why do I not see its attack? This doesn't make sense. Okay, it's going to be a 23 to hit, and the 11 misses.
Yep, 23 obviously hits.
Let's see, 2d. It's going to do 12 damage to you as it reaches out with a vine and starts to wrap around your being. And then it'll go Darla.
Does that mean I can't move if it's wrapped around me?
No, it's got to hit you with both of them to bind you. But it's trying to. Oh, actually, wait. I need you to do... Yep, that's correct. Everything is all right.
Alright, well that's fucked me over, spawning that one in. Because now I've got to move away from it, otherwise I can't use my lance. So I'll move here and I'll take the hit, wherever it swings at me.
It will strike out at you with a 19 and a 17 to hit. Oh, wait, no, my bad. It's just a single attack. It will strike out at you with a 15 to hit.
Oh, it misses. What a treat.
Just taking the lower of rolling 2 on accident.
Alright, I'm going to stab it twice with my lance. Do you know, I'm just going to attack it once for now.
You are not going to kill it in a single hit.
I know, but I'm going to see what I'm going to do with the old smite.
You are not going to kill it in a single hit, even if you sink all of your smites into it.
I know, but I just didn't want to roll both and then not be able to smite on both or whatever, you know, when you do that, because you're supposed to call out smite before, you know.
Yeah, it's
It does
definitely
damage a lot.
intelligent to roll a single, but I was just warning you, these things are tough. 15 does in fact hit.
Alright, I'll add on a level 2 smite then, screw it. And let me just remember how I roll for that, because it's been a little while.
I think that'll be 3d6 or 3d8.
3d8.
And the smite does radiant damage?
Yes. So 14 additional points of radiant damage. So 11 piercing, 14 radiant, and then I'm going to go for a second stab of my lance. For 16.
hits.
And I'll do another level 2 smite then, and that's both my level 2 spell slots expended. For only 7 additional radiant damage this time. And that will end my turn.
Let's see. Another island is going to come to in front of Doc, and it's going to strike out at him. A 6 is 13, and a 4 is 11 to hit. I believe both will miss, and it will go to Tynus.
Yeah, I'm going to drop a fireball right here. Should be just out of range to hit us, but get both of them.
Should take any effort without making you accidentally hit yourselves. You should be able to fireball without doing that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just fireball both of those shambling mounds.
Do you want to put it inside of the swamp water, like underneath the water? I'm okay with that.
No, not underneath the water, just in the air in that area.
So the water starts to kind of glow red, and then there's just a big, and nothing happens.
Ah,
Oh, you said in the air, in the air. Roll damage.
yeah, in the air in that space. It's a 27.
Fucking
That's definitely
one!
not putting in water.
What's your DC? 14. 1 is definitely good. Alrighty, and then it will go to Doc.
I will just take a step back from the new shambling mound.
Each of them are going to reach out for you.
The one already attacked Arlau when he stepped back.
That's the one north of you, like northeast of you. There's 3 shambling mounds on the board.
Oh, I see now. I thought he was right now.
Don't think it matters though, because apparently I can't actually hit because I rolled a 4 for an 11 and a 6 for a 13.
Yay!
Ooh.
Okay, so which one got fireballed and attacked? Or is it like literally Arlau attacked one and then the other 2 got fireballed?
Arlisle attacked the one in the back. The other 2 were what got hit by the fireball.
Okay, so it probably makes little difference. So I will just go ahead and shoot I guess the one that's touching Tynus right now.
Where is it touching Tynus? Hope you guys have been rolling for
19
us checks
hits.
whilst I've been gone.
There has been a suspicious lack of them, yes.
And then I'll just shoot that same one again.
20 hits.
And then I'll just yell out, "Where are you, Bane Breath? I can smell ya." And then I'll end my turn.
Oh wait, were those both supposed to be longbows?
Yep, shot it twice with my longbow sharpshooter.
The first one you clicked dagger. Will you roll a D8? Yeah, 4 extra
right.
damage.
Yeah, I didn't.
And then vicious.
All right, I'm going to remember to get angry this time because I
Hey.
don't like plants.
Do you remember anything else about these plants?
Don't like being eaten by them. They have no eyes. No.
Excellent. I'm excited. So you're raging with your bonus action?
What the hell else am I supposed to remember?
Nothing. 24 hits for 11 damage. Eleven's gonna miss. You want to roll for jewel damage? Yes, excellent. Do you remember what happens when you do lightning damage to a shambling mound?
No.
It seems to reconnect some of the vines that have just gotten smashed.
Oh, hell. Yeah, I do remember now. It was a bad idea. All right. Can I keep the rage without the extra lightning damage?
Nope, it's already healed.
No, I mean like next time.
Yeah, oh yeah, you definitely can. It's something that you can do.
All right.
Optional drooling.
Slurp it back up.
Like
I'm
Gale
going
the
to
snail.
exercise some control over my saliva.
Oh, fuck, I ruined that. It takes a bonus action anyways, so it doesn't technically get injured, and I gave away the fun of you not writing it down.
I remembered it kind of after you
You
said
did
it.
not remember it.
Okay.
If I've got to heal something for you to remember it, that doesn't count. It's gonna go to Hadar.
Unless I see that I'm the
Just
only one running.
real quickly though, Vicious, I'm still gonna try to trick you into doing it next time. So keep that in mind. And on to
Okay.
Hadar.
Well, as I see that I'm the only one running, I'm gonna roll back in.
Hadar, you are always the only one running.
Yeah.
You are in a
Good
group
thing
of
we're not
murder
paying him.
hobos. If you're gonna run, try to get them to run before you murder everything.
Well, I try again next turn, but now I'm gonna fight. So I'm gonna roll back to the one in front of Wishes, and I'm gonna try to attack it with my quarter staff with 2 hands. And I'm gonna try
21
to
hits.
apply my stunning strike to there.
Gotta roll damage
it-
first.
9.
That is a Constitution save.
Yeah, of 13.
Not normally the type of person to hate on my dice, but I just rolled a 3. It's gonna fail.
If you actually accidentally picked up my dice.
They're certainly rolling like it. Apparently, you coming back into the game, they're like, "Oh, we got this. We can roll under 5."
They're probably still better than mine.
I did roll a 20 for initiative, but I could care less when the Shambling Mound goes. But
Hey, you gotta count your 20s when you get them if you're rolling like me, mate.
Well, so I'm gonna continue to punch it with my quarter staff with 2 hands.
so Stunning Strike does was it? He's actually stunned, right? Like that's the condition.
Yeah. Can look it up if you want, but normally,
Yeah. I believe incapacitated puts you at advantage to hit it now. It doesn't matter when you crit on the first one. Roll damage.
for 13. Yeah, and for my bonus action, I'm gonna use a flurry of blows.
Both of those will hit. 19 and a 20.
Perfect. And that would be the end of my turn then.
It looks chlorophylled.
What kind of
Chloro-
what?
Bloodied for a plant.
It doesn't
Oh,
have
okay.
blood.
Green.
Yep. It looks squishy.
Sappy.
It's not a tree though, so it doesn't really have sap.
Mulchy.
Ulchi's good.
Pieces fell off.
Yeah, it looks like any of my indoor plants.
This is why you only have succulents.
The one to the south of Tyness is going to reach out and attack you. Do you want to try to blind it?
No, he doesn't have eyes.
Oh shit, you don't have armor right now. What's your AC yet?
My
You don't
AC is
have
at 15
dex.
because I do have my shield.
You don't have dexterity though.
I do not have very poor dexterity.
Your dexterity, or your defense. Oh, okay, you do have dex on that character. I don't know why. I felt like you created that guy with negative dex.
Negative strength and charisma, but everything else is at least okay.
So the 11's gonna miss, but a 16's gonna hit.
Ouchies.
Fuck! 8 damage.
Still a lot for Tynus.
Almost as if there was a reason I gave you +1 Constitution as the vampire.
Much appreciated.
Let's see, this one. It's gonna reach out and say hello to Vicious. 20's gonna hit, and then a 13.
13 damage?
13 to hit.
No, 13 doesn't hit.
And then it's gonna do 9 damage for 4 damage. It's gonna go to Arlau.
It's going to be stab on the one closest to me again. Only a 9.
9 will miss.
19.
Will hit.
Alright, I'll add on a level 1 smite to that.
Oh wait, you've got advantage on that, so that first one's gonna hit.
Have I?
That one's stunned.
Oh shit, okay. So 23, that's a level 1 smite onto that 16. So it's 2d8.
So 24 on the first one. It's gonna look considerably juicier than it does look like a plant. And 24 for the next one. It's gonna move up and it's gonna strike out at Doc. Both should hit with a 20 and a 22. And it's gonna do 12 and 8 damage. You there, Doc?
Yeah, I got it.
Word. And then it's gonna go to Tynus.
Let's see. Is there a world where I can catch both of these with burning hands?
I don't see why not. Roll an intelligence check for me.
Alrighty.
You can have advantage on this check, and it doesn't matter.
It's a 10.
They didn't seem terribly affected by your fireball.
Well, they were still hurt by it.
You can certainly hit them both with burning hands. Your DM definitely didn't try to give you a clue.
You're right. I
Burning
did it.
hands.
I said, yeah,
Burning
you're
hands.
right. It's too late.
Don't contradict me when I try to give you a clue.
It's not showing up on the table for some reason.
Did you roll it on
Oh,
D&D
I
Beyond?
rolled it on D&D Beyond.
I can look at the table on D&D Beyond now.
Yeah, what did I do? Because I forget how to look at it myself.
I do not think you rolled it on D&D Beyond. The last roll I have is from Hadar.
It still used up my spell slots, weirdly enough. Okay.
That showed up.
I don't
You can
know.
make sure it didn't use up extra slots for what it's worth. So...
Alright, cool.
They certainly take some fire damage.
Don't be dumb next round.
It's going to go to Doc.
That should be our mantra.
I'm gonna just back up a little bit.
That one's going to strike out at you. 17 to hit for...
Wait, am I grappled? Didn't it hit me twice?
No. Oh, wait, yeah, shit. It
It's
did
stunned.
actually. It hit you twice and it would have consumed you. So you're actually restrained and engulfed. I need you to make a, what is it? A DC, do a strength check?
What are my options to try to strength out of it, or can I just attack it at disadvantage? How does that work?
No, like you're inside of it right now. You're engulfed.
So is it just a regular strength check or a saving throw?
Just strength check. Yeah, just a check. No, you are consumed inside of it right now.
Doc's like the least amount of food and all that metal.
Yes, I mean it's caught tuberculosis now.
Can I muster up enough like movement to light a cigarette?
You cannot breathe in order to light a cigarette.
I mean, there's no oxygen, but I could still like let it waft into my lungs, right?
You can't use your hand.
And it's definitely aggravating because you're like, I just need to hit it. That's not the
Eat
stuff.
a goddamn cigarette in the stupid plant. Oh, I mean, I need a goddamn cigarette in the stupid fucking plant before I go into the restaurant. And that'll end my turn.
It's gonna go to Vicious. Please do some lightning damage and heal this shambling mound, Vicious.
I am not going to do lightning damage on it this time.
Roll a
I
d6
will, however,
to heal the shambling mound.
I am not healing the shambling mound. It is not my friend.
Vicious drools 1 point of healing into the shambling mound. 27 will hit, and there's not a world that it can survive that.
So I don't have to hit it again. And I'm not healing it. So it might be fun.
Are you sure you don't want to heal it? Because it is currently dead. And it could
No,
use
I don't
some
wanna heal
healing.
it.
Any healing at all.
No healing. I can run over to the other one, though.
You can indeed.
Yep. I go in the water then, right?
It's technically on this land, but as far as this map goes, the entire thing is the swamp. It's all difficult terrain right now.
So can I get that far?
I think that's 30 feet of movement. Is that what Vicious is at? No, barbarians get more movement, don't they? Yeah, you got 40. You can
Well,
go
wait.
one more.
Are each of the squares 10?
No, it's difficult terrain, so they each take 10 feet of movement. You guys are
okay.
inside of the swamp at this point.
Okay, so I can hit this thing, right? Without hurting Doc, who probably is not a big target.
You can certainly try. $19 hit.
I'll help you out.
Oh, and waft a little smoke in here. I need my fix.
There's like a no smoking sign on the inside of the plant.
Adar, it is your turn to try to run away.
Well, I believe I'm gonna stay with you guys.
Take that down for a win for the good guys. Hadar is not running.
Yeah. As I see a dog smoking.
Doc is not smoking.
Yeah. Wait.
There's a little chimney effect.
Wait, if I can detect it if I go here, yeah? I can.
You can indeed. It is a large creature.
Okay, I hope I just don't roll a one and hit. Yeah. But I'm gonna attack it then with my quarterstaff. With 2 hands.
20 will hit.
Well, you know what I have to do. I'm going
Roll
to
damage first, and then stunning strike.
Yes.
If you can find out how to just automatically roll damage, that makes my life easier. It takes less time away from the game.
I don't know why it's doing that. So.
And it's not going to be able to pass. I think your DC is 13, and it rolled a 12.
Fantastic.
I fucking hate monks. And there's only one kind of character class I hate more than that, and it's paladins.
Well, then I'm gonna continue to punch it with my hit it with my stick.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Josh. Fucking Tynus ignored some cultists raising a demon from hell, and I had 3 different demons set up to be the options for it, and it was the week after you left that I had this come in, and killed Vicious in 2 turns, like super, super dead. And it was one of those things where I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I was kind of planning for a paladin to be there with his like +4 or +5 to everybody's saving throws. And it made the
Sorry, guys.
encounter like 1,000,000 times harder not having you. And I was like, I definitely never actually thought to do that math into him not being there.
My bad.
No,
Yeah, it was like a
absolutely
half
hilarious.
hour into the game. Like I was, so we went back and said it didn't happen because it was really fast and I was dead.
They're really
and
fucking
soul
cool
stolen.
creatures. All right, so the 20 hits for 8 more. The 15 will hit.
Yeah, and that will be the end of my turn. I'm not going to use my flurry of blows.
This one's going to swing around and make attacks at Hadar for a 21 to hit and a 23 to hit.
They both hit.
It's going to do 18 and 13. So a total of 35 damage. 31 damage?
Yeah, it should be 31.
Yeah, 31. And the monk gets sucked into the creature.
Again. See, at least that makes sense if the thing's hungry.
Then it's going to go to Arla.
Alright, it's looking now. Say if I did protection from good and evil on Doc, would he get spat out then?
You could certainly try.
I don't feel like it would work. I'm going to move in closer. Should I go any closer? Can I make it to here, or is that no good because of terrain thing?
Was it? I think you started right there. My bad. I reached that after I coughed. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's further than you can move.
Okay, so would it be there then? Yeah.
Yeah, that's your 30 feet.
Okay. Let me just check my thing again. Sorry, my cat's just climbed all over the keyboard and tabbed out. So yeah, so I'm not within 10 feet of this guy on the left then now. Yeah, I guess technically I'm within 10 feet of him.
What's your question?
Am I within 10 feet of the guy on the left of the two remaining shambling things?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to stab the one directly below me then instead. And I'll just go for 2 stabs. .26 to hit for 12, and then 11 to hit for 11. Because he's not stunned, is he?
Hits.
Well, did he get stunned by Hadar?
The one on the west is stunned.
Okay, my bad. Alright, fair enough then. I didn't want to risk
You
hitting
can
Doc, so
technically
yeah.
still attack that one. There's a guy in each one. There's not much difference between them right now. So
Oh, I didn't realise.
you would vaguely notice that one of them is like constantly squirming around and the other one seems to be rather static.
Alright, can I say both those hits are on the one on the left then, sorry?
That's fine. So both of those can hit with advantage.
Okay, and then that ends my turn.
So does a lance go through and poke through Doc, and that's why he's not squirming?
Like Doc is dead? I don't agree that would be narratively interesting, but no, sadly there's a fucking monk that stunned that one, and that's why it's not squirming. Battlefield control. At the start of its turn, though, it doesn't take an action to force Doc to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'll fart on it.
It is a semblance of oxygen inside of it. It smells like orc. And it's gonna go to Tynus.
Alright. I learned this time. Tynus is gonna cast Word of Radiance and then drop his spiritual weapon.
Double fucking fours!
Nice!
I think both of those hits will make them again look chloroformishly.
And I'm gonna drop my spiritual weapon on the stunned one.
Oh wait, my bad. I was reading the one on the right is definitely not nearly as injured. Spiritual weapon whiffs.
Dang.
Doc, what would you like to do?
I think I got to do strength check, right?
While it's not actually like fighting against you, you can do strength or dexterity.
I'll do dex.
You want me to put the spiritual weapon token on the map?
Does it count as a saving throw?
No, it's specifically a check.
Well, I ran in for nothing then.
His Constitution save actually would have had your plus. What is your charisma? 4? Or are you at 20?
No, I think it's +3.
Oh, +3?
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so his
+3.
Constitution would have had a +3, but he already has a pretty insane, powerful Constitution save. So he literally had to roll, I think, a 4 or lower to fail that.
So I'll just gag a little bit from the fart that it squeezed out of me, and that'll end my turn.
I should never have sold him that luck charm that he bought in what the fuck that place was. Vicious. Would you like to drool on that shambling mound to the south of you?
No. I'm wise to your tricks now. Well, that one.
My trick of asking you to remember key things about your character.
Got him.
For the record, I give you an opportunity basically every other session to have a prostitute rob me of my luck charm, so.
Yeah, and I think I've vaguely rolled against stuff like that, but it seems rather malicious to go after it once I gave it to you, rather than just saying, no, you don't find it. But if I recall correctly, it was one of those situations where you rolled extremely fucking high when you were searching for it. 23 hits for 16 damage.
Is it still alive?
Yeah, you guys were just coming on the point where it was like looking roughed up. It's got plenty of hit points still. 21 hits for 10 more. That's gonna look really, really soupy and slightly more like chloroform than it does like chlorophyll, than it does like plant matter.
I prefer chloroform.
I'm vaguely starting to recognize that I might have been saying chloroform this whole time instead of chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll? More like borophyll.
Yeah, it looks like swamp.
Hadar, you are inside of a shambling mound. Make a strength check. Hadar, you are happily inside a shambling mound. Hadar, make a Constitution saving throw with +3. Let's see, what is it? 9, 13 more damage. Bludgeoning damage. Hadar?
So, what do you want to play next?
Are you still conscious?
As the eater becomes the eaten.
Are you there, Jan? Are you still conscious?
If you're saying
Ugh.
anything, we can't hear it.
I don't see the little green ring lighting up, so I don't think he's talking.
We'll just assume Pizza the Hut got locked in the car and ate himself.
He typed yes in Discord, so I'm pretty sure his mic just went out. If you need to reset Discord, we will. Yep, he's resetting right now. So what? I rolled a 2 is Arlisle Tynus. 2 strikes at Tynus. Damn, can they only eat one person at a time?
Hear me,
They can
dear?
only eat one. We can hear you now, Jan. Are you still conscious?
Yes, with 1 hit point.
Ah!
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
yeah. I think both of those are gonna hit, and one of them is a crit.
Oh no.
So Tynus, take 10, and then what is it? That's 7, 12. Damn, 15, 19. So 25 total.
Yep, he's down.
And I can't eat you because they each have somebody inside of them.
Thank goodness.
And it's gonna go to Arlisle.
Just checking my shit now.
So let's see. That one's not stunned south of Vicious, but it is looking fucked up. The one south of you, it still more or less looks fine. Although you do rather... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's really no extra information on that one. But yeah, the one south of Vicious looks fucked up, and Tynus just went unconscious.
Okay, I'm going to move to here, going through Tynus.
Yeah, they're still in contact with you, so it doesn't actually change anything.
Yep. And then I'm going to give 20 points of healing to Tynus.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
For what it's worth, also, if you just wanted to go to the north side of him, like, the spiritual weapons don't take up space either.
Yeah, yeah, good point, but
I mean,
I
it's
wanted
up
to
to
go.
you.
It's just a ghostly book floating in the air.
Sure, why not? I'll go then, just because it looks a bit neat and I don't want to get my feet wet.
Your feet are
It is a
definitely
cool looking
wet.
book.
And then I'm going to cast Compelled Jewel on this one on the right.
Post
my
the
bonus
actual
action.
text for Compelled Duel for me as well.
There you go.
I'm picturing it waving a stick.
It tosses off its leafy gauntlet onto the ground, accepting your duel.
I choose Pistols at Dawn.
Pulls out a clock.
I saw some old video of Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry's old stand-up comedy, and it's like, right, it's time for a duel. I was like, yes, let's do it. Let's do it. As you say, what would it be, the pistol or the sword? He goes, oh, it'll be the sword. He goes, oh, yes, a gentleman's weapon. Then he turns to the other guys. So then for you, it would be the pistol. The guy's like, wait, what?
It does not seem to react to you.
Yeah, shit. Well,
It
that is
probably
my
needs
turn then.
eyes to accept a duel.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I never know how to describe stuff like that because I don't really think there's any reason for you to know whether that has been successful or failed. And I think saying
sure.
it doesn't seem to react to you is too much information.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that means it was saved on its DC because I don't because it just only says that I need to see it. It doesn't say that we need to like lock eyes across the battlefield and like wink at it or lip my lips suggestively or anything like that. It's just a case of if I can see it, I can do it. But my DC is quite low.
Well, doesn't it kind of have to, I don't know, turn towards him or move towards him?
And that's part of why I say I think it's too much information right now, because he just cast the spell.
Yeah, leave it there for now. That's the end of my turn.
I don't think you really see the spell take effect or not take effect. Doc, Constitution saving throw, please.
+3.
That will be a success.
It's truly impressive how healthy he is.
Yeah, for a man with black lungs.
And who knows what other disease.
What do I got to do? Dex check again?
No. That's at the start of its turn. Creatures that are inside of them basically get, like, constricted. It's gonna reach out to, I think, Arla.
Yippee.
25 and a 21 to hit. I believe both of those will hit you
They do.
for 8, 11 damage and 17 damage.
Shit.
And it can't eat you. Tinus.
Did our life just go down?
No, I'm still up.
Thank
I believe
goodness.
that was the
All right,
first
then.
damage that Arlau took.
Second and third. So I'm trying to do my health. My cat's standing on the keyboard. Fuck off, cat!
All right, cool. I guess I will Word of Radiance once again to keep trying to hit 2 of these, and the spiritual weapon will smack the one that's currently consuming Hadar.
I don't believe your DC has shit on that. They seem to get nice and shiny, as plants are wont to do.
Why does it get shiny?
Because he brought down the light of the vampire. And they grew a little bit.
Oh crap!
Nah, it didn't heal him.
Thank goodness.
I think it's kind of funny that sunlight, like radiant damage, should probably be the type of thing that a plant's like, yeah, fuck you. Like, I don't
Yeah, you
care.
think. You think if lightning helps it, sunlight would also help it, but nah.
I feel like the lightning thing is like a throwback to like Shelley, Frankenstein's monster. Like it's animated with lightning. The spiritual weapon will hit for 9 damage.
Nice.
And you said the one eating Hadar?
Yeah, that's the one eating Hadar. And with that, I end my turn because I can't do anything else.
To Doc. You can do the strength again because it is trying to continue to like hold you.
I'm going to put my inspiration on.
Alright, cool, yeah. That basically ends up being a roll with advantage. You will break free.
As I bust out, Doc will.
Well, actually, technically, you don't have to bust out into that space, but you aren't aware of the other one. Roll a d8 for me. 1 is north. I think 5 is south, or 4 is south. 5 is south. Yep, 5 is south. 1 is north, 5 is south. So you will pop out
And I'll say,
down there.
I suppose I'm deranged, but I kind of locked it in there. It felt nice to be hugged. Is that the end of my turn?
Yeah. I think that's just your action, so technically you could use your movement if you wanted to.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'll just stay right there.
Vicious. $26 hits.
Is it still kind of standing? I don't know if these things stand.
It is not standing.
It is shambling.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of swag to it still. And the 19 will kill.
The swag has been offed.
It's mulch.
The swag has been deleted. One more chance at eating and it had to get killed.
Adar, we're gonna come help you. Hang on.
You're fucked.
I don't know.
Make a strength check for me, Hadar. Nada. Make a Constitution saving throw, +3. You are good.
I said, why?
Let's see. Gonna attack out at Tinus.
Oh dear.
Yeah, there were a few different rolls for that. I've been rolling to see where they attack, and then been rolling, like, when it's not actually a specific person, like, rolling to see if it intelligently understands that, like, Arlisle just got you up, and then if it understands, like, or just, like, randomly to determine the people that it can get to. So,
Does
it's
it,
kind of...
does it understand Sentinel?
Well, see, that's part of the problem is they're not smart, and that's why when you, like, compel duel it, I'm like, I don't know if this thing's got enough intelligence to actually be, like, compelled. Like,
Does it understand a duel?
Yeah.
Do I have to roll with disadvantage because I'm within 5 feet and I'm as Lance?
Oh yeah, your attacks would have been with disadvantage. But no,
Yeah,
you did a spell last time though. You didn't even.
yeah, but I'm saying no. He's trying to attack. What's his name now? Isn't he? Tinus.
Yeah, it's attacking Tinus.
So I'm going to use Sentinel to try and intercept it.
Oh, I thought. Oh, I was thinking of the spell. There's a spell that I was thinking. What is it? Sentinel is your feet.
Yep, that's right.
When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn. Take the action. Oh yeah. So you can just make an attack against it at disadvantage. But that's all. I don't think it actually like protects him at all. They're both gonna hit. Both of them are gonna be 25s to hit.
Don't need 10 anyway.
10?
Oh,
yeah, 10 will miss. So the first hit is going to be for 15, and the second one's going to be for 10. And I believe you had 20, so you should be unconscious again.
Correct.
And then it's going to go to Arla. Tinus.
Shit.
Take an exhaustion level.
I just got rid of that by eating someone.
Well, technically, you got rid of it the last time you rested while you were not here. But technically, you can get rid of this one because you just fed on that guy.
Ooh, yay.
No. You are still exhausted. Like, when you take your next long rest, you're able to get rid of a level of exhaustion.
That's right. It's after I sleep. Okay, cool.
Are you gonna attack from right there, Arlo? Or I guess what are you going for here?
Yeah, I'm just thinking. There's not so much point me making two disadvantage attacks when I can get Tynus back up again. So I'm gonna what's it? Healing hands thing. Lay on hands.
Lay on hands.
Cure wounds or lay on hands? Is that an action for you to do your lay on hands?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. What?
So
You
I'm gonna
got
give
10
him
more points?
5. Yeah, so I'll give him 5. Just to get him up again, and then I've only got a bonus action left, and have I even got any bonus actions? I can cast Sanctuary, and it's not concentration.
Yeah, Sanctuary was the one that I was thinking of before.
I'll
Doesn't
also
that
cast.
really protect you more than anything?
I can ward somebody else. No, I'm not gonna cast it. I'm just gonna end my turn.
We'll go to Tynus.
All right. Yeah, Tynus is gonna keep trying to kill this thing. So, I'm going to drop a fairy fire on this.
Sounds masculine.
It'll make it so you don't have disadvantage on your attacks anymore.
Where are you placing
What,
the
Dracardian?
squarette?
Hold on, let me get the draw shape tool. Right there. Wait, is that 20 feet? Hold on. How do the...
That is 10 foot.
Okay, so it has to be bigger, right? There we go. I think that's 20.
Wow, that looks really big.
I
That's
am
what
not
she
good.
said.
I am not good at counting squares. Basically, I'm trying to drop it on just this thing and not us, and thankfully we're on a nice line from it.
Hadar, make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. I believe your DC is 14.
Yes.
It's good with an 18. This thing seems to be sparkling.
God dang, this thing is resisting me all over the place. And I'll spiritual weapon smack it again.
At advantage?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not really sure like what you misunderstood. Hadar saved it is sparkling because it got hit by fairy fire. And then you complained.
I thought you said it saved with an 18, and I was like,
Hadar,
oh no.
rolled a 15
Aye.
plus 3, saved with an 18.
Oh, complete blank on my part. I'm not at peak brain today.
Depending on your aim, it could be
19
can be
hit.
worse.
And that will take it across the threshold where it looks beat up. It's going to go to Doc.
I'm just going to longbow it.
With advantage.
Oh, you know what? I'm just going to actually dagger it instead. I'm going to do triple dagger.
$17 hits.
That is a 3 17s right there.
7 misses. 8 misses. Vicious.
Die, plant, die.
Uh, 17 hits. 24
Woo!
hits.
Lucky.
Looking soupy. Hadar, strength check. Hadar, Constitution saving throw, +3. Don't get to kill you today, Hadar, because I don't think it's going to make it another round to do damage to you.
Giving it my best to survive.
You've certainly given it its best to get eaten, and it's failing miserably. Gonna go for Tinus again. You want to use your reaction to attack it at straight attack? Could hit once with an 18 on Tinus for... Wow, you're at 5 hit points, so it's
Yeah,
knocking you
anything.
down anyways. It's not going to do double, but what is that, 12, 16 damage?
Yeah, he's down again.
That's going to go to Arlisle.
Gonna need to eat so many people.
Oh yeah, that is another level of exhaustion.
Yeah,
Yep.
we
Well-
need to make sure guard that's not him in case he decides he's really hungry.
I would be offended, but you're absolutely correct.
I'm just gonna stab it twice then.
Do you want to move away from it?
Is it? Oh, because his concentration broken from very far now. Is it because he's down?
Oh, well, it's a straight attack, but if you stepped away from it, you could have advantage.
Yeah, I've only got 15 HP, so. Although with my luck, nah, just 2 attacks. 26. Oh, there we go. Take that.
And
26
you didn't even
for
need to
12.
step away from it.
And I'm gonna add on my last spell slot for 1 smite, and this cat needs to fuck off.
I think I just
So
heard
roll.
cat on mic, so...
I know I did.
So yeah, so I'll add 10 points of radiant onto one of them hits.
With 36 points of damage, Hadar flops out to the ground, and I believe you said you're at a single hit point, Hadar?
Yes.
He is breathing, conscious, and probably about to talk about food.
Right. Well, that was sway. I'm gonna quickly just give 4 points of healing into Tinus to bring him back up again. Which leaves me with 1 point left in my lay on hands.
Minus looks gaunt.
Should have been chewing on that plant while you were in there. Well, you weren't in the plant. Well, you should have been chewing on the plant anyway.
Only humanoids.
You are one.
I tried eating some non-humanoids. Did not work.
So, as you all finish up the shambling mounds, and kind of take a moment to gather yourselves, picking up your spent ammunition, and looking for things. Again, this would be a situation where essentially any attacks that missed with like missile weapons would be lost. And everything else is pretty much recoverable. After a few moments, you see like some kind of bubbles before some eyes kind of pop up over the water, kind of like just behind Vicious and Hadar. And you hear a small little voice. Blue scale. Orange face. You all... Did you come from the human home?
Yes, we just came from the human home there, friend, and I'm afraid that your companions didn't make it. The cultists betrayed them and killed them all, but we were able to salvage the goods and followed the path back here to offer you this, and I'll signal to bring over the weapons.
You killed them?
Oh no, not us. The cultists that were with them, they betrayed him.
You are humans? You are cultists.
We're humans, but we're not cultists, my friend. We pledge no allegiance to the dragons. Thought that maybe we could find some common ground and perhaps you could help us along our journey or we could help you.
Roll a deception check. Don't serve the dragon?
No, my friend, do you serve the dragon?
Orgathammer.
Is that the dragon's name?
Kind of like looks at you like with his head like kind of tilted to the side. Where are you from, human?
From far south in Waterdeep.
No, the water is not deep. It's a swamp. The ocean is... And he points off to the west.
Oh no, that's the town that we came from. It's called Waterdeep. It's a big city. No need to get caught up on small details. Were you looking for these weapons? And I'll show him like the crate of weapons.
I have the omelet, so I'm gonna show it to him.
He like looks over at Hadar. A little bit like less hesitant, almost like a smile coming across his face. Why do humans come here if you have towns? Human house not good in towns? Humans don't like swamps.
We came up here in search of the cultists that killed your friends and inevitably the dragon as well.
Orgathammer is very powerful. What business do you have with him?
Do you and your people pledge allegiance to this creature?
What is allegiance?
Serve him by choice?
He kills lizard folk?
Take that as a no then.
Can you show us where he is?
Why do you want to see Vorathammer?
Because we need to know where he is so we can kill him.
He looks at your bloodied body and just kind of chuckles a little bit. I can show you where he lives.
That would be appreciated.
You want to meet your god? You don't worship dragons?
I do not. I don't much care for dragons outside the academic.
You can meet your god. I'll show you where Vorgothammer lives.
Thank you.
I mean, maybe we should have a little rest first, but for sure we could go.
Where do you want these weapons? And he'll point to the crate Hadar's holding.
You bring Snapjaw? And he puts a hand to his chest.
I don't think they're his, you know.
Yes,
No.
we brought them for Snapjaw.
No. But, not everything of it. You get only a one. This is not.
Well,
I will carry that for when we see our destination.
Yes, we're going to carry it to where they want it.
If you want to kill Vorathammer, I can take them all when you're dead. I'm happy with this. I show you Vorathammer, you all die, and then I pick up your bones and take all of the weapons, yes?
That's fair.
That's okay.
Excellent. Follow me.
No, don't be mistaken, friend. We don't need to meet the dragon right this moment. We just want to know where he resides. But in the meantime, perhaps we can meet your people.
Oh yes, we want to die later, not now.
My people do not stay near Vorathammer. He is death. If you all want to die, I can show you where he lives.
Quick question for you. If we die in front of Warhammer, so how do you get the weapons from us if we die in front of the dragon?
Oh, his Vorathammer might take them.
Yeah.
Doesn't really like... and they, like, poke at the different, like, blades and things that I imagine right now Hadar looks a lot like Solid Snake. Dragons like gold. They like silver, precious gems. They like very particular things. They don't like weapons.
Oh, we have that too.
Yes, yes. Scaly Death would not get any of those. Scaly Death needs weapons, though. We can fight the cultists with weapons.
Well, then let's deliver the weapons to you first, and then you show us to Vorathammer.
Most of my people... We are helping this cult that you say has betrayed my people. They tell us it will help us with Vorathammer. We help them. Most of my people are there. We have some still in the swamp. Weapons need to go to those who are hiding in the swamp.
Well, we are certainly no friends of the cult either.
We also want to kill the cult.
Kill cult, you kill dragon. Only 5 of you.
We're very good at killing.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Eh, 13?
You help us bring weapons. Scaly Death, fight the cult.
Yes.
And then you want to fight the dragon? We help you fight
Absolutely.
the cult?
Got it, my friend.
The cult's in another direction than the dragon. Follow me.
Perfect, friend. Our immediate intention is to ally with your people and then destroy the cult. The dragon is but an afterthought.
Let's follow.
Yeah, the dragon's gonna kill you anyways, but you can think big things. Humans are stupid. But you help us first and then go die.
Yes, that sounds
Yes.
agreeable.
I like that plan.
Well, before that, we should probably we need some rest after we fought these monsters.
Perhaps we
look
can
weak
rest
and
at
feeble.
their.
Do you know a good place to rest? Probably.
We have a small camp a little bit beyond here. When we have to transfer everything to the canoes, and we can rest there. It's an end of this trail.
Sounds perfect.
Tell me one more time, friend. What is your name and who is the leader of your people?
He, drops his head low and very quietly says, I am Snapjaw. We have no leader.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Snapjaw. I'm Doc, and these are my companions.
Hello, companions. Are you slaves too?
No.
Do I look like a slave?
Slave and companion can be used interchangeably.
You look like a ham. I think we could cook you and eat you for a month.
It will be a pleasure to pleasure others' food's taste.
Snapjaw, please don't eat our slaves.
I think the green one's gone bad. Maybe more salt.
Careful what you say to her. She's not as friendly as the rest of us.
She's from the ocean. I imagine she's already salty. Minus vaguely considering eating his friends.
But yeah, I just assume we're like following him, walking through the swamp.
So he starts leading along the same path that you've pretty much been following. With next to no effort, he's just walking through ahead of you. You would pretty quickly gather that while the swamp is definitely difficult for you all to move forward, it does not really slow him in the least bit. He keeps kind of looking back to see that you all are lagging behind, stops for a few moments, and gathers you back up like behind him before moving back forward. How long do you all intend to walk into the night? It is probably 3 or so in the morning.
I mean, we should get some rest at some point.
Oh, I guess we would have to inquire at like how far away.
Humans walk slow. It's, He, points up to the moon, setting in the sky. When the little eye goes to sleep, we can make camp.
Probably about hours.
I have not met our.
Do you need to return tonight, or could we take a rest here?
Kind of looks around for a moment. It will be wet, but we can stop here. If we continue on, it is dry camp.
Ideal to me. Everyone. Condition are you all in? Make it through the night?
I'm on 15, but I'm pretty sure Tynus is like at death's door still.
Probably should stop for food.
I'm still on 1 health.
Yeah, I
We
think
should-
Tynus is on 1 as well.
Annis is on 4.
Oh, I'll give you 4 then. I can't remember. So much time has passed. We've all grown so much since then.
Probably
I'll use a cure wounds on what you call it, Hadar.
we probably should think about taking a short rest.
Can we convince our lizard friend to let us take a short rest?
Right.
Or do you want to try to convince him?
How dangerous is this area, Snapjaw?
It's a swamp. Orgathammer is probably the worst of things.
I can basically like patrol while everybody else rests.
We could just take an hour to get basic short rest and get some healing in and then carry on. And I'll patrol for that if you want me, because you get loads back from a short rest, don't you? I don't get anything back from a short rest.
I didn't use anything up except for I lost 2 daggers. I didn't actually use.
Yeah, there's never a reason to skip a short rest. There's nothing that it costs. It's time.
Oh, okay. It wouldn't affect like us like getting a random roll. Like if I.
Oh no, that's exactly what it costs. That's what I mean, like it costs time. It's a chance for random encounters.
Oh yeah, I just meant like for me to like stay like lookout basically versus taking a short rest. Also, I was inside of that beast like the whole time, so I never actually used.
Yeah, in particular, like a long rest requires that you actually rest. A short rest, you're much more capable of like going about stuff. Is that the general consensus, to try to short rest?
Yeah. So I guess Snapjaw, if it's possible, we'd like to just take a moment, perhaps share a little food with you and just collect our thoughts after those creeks. What do you eat exactly? Have you ever had rations before?
Kind of like looks at you like with his head like to the side.
Here, give him a try, and I'll hand him half of a ration, and I'll give the other half to Hadar because I see him like.
Thanks for the snack.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just take a short rest then if we can.
He like bites into the ration, like slowly chews it. Or you see him like turn around and away from everybody, and then his head drops like a little bit lower.
I saw you spit that out. You don't like tendies?
He's actively gagging.
Just out of curiosity, Snapjaw, what do you eat? Like raw fish, something, weed?
Fish?
No, I was just asking. I don't have any like fresh food. I could probably like spear something with a bow, possibly.
I mean, why would you bring it up if you don't have anything good to eat?
I don't have anything good to eat either.
There's not going to be a random encounter. Everybody can roll hit dice and whatnot. If you would like to roleplay anything during the short rest, you are more than welcome to. But I've rolled to see if there's any random encounters.
So wait, if did we get a long rest since we used our hit dice? No, we didn't, right? So we should still be down whatever hit dice we used.
Yeah, that's
At
what I
that
mean.
last
I'm pretty
encounter.
sure the hit dice were from the ghoul battle that would have been basically early this same morning.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to use any hit dice, but I am, before we take our rest, going to use second wind.
Like, Tynus and Vicious, I believe, have hit dice spent as well. That's part of what I mean. Like, you two got mocked into that fight because I used you for searching.
Oh yeah, I noticed.
What sort of condition is everyone in? How we all looking?
Yeah, I'm fine for now. Not got any spell slots left, really.
I'm
In
in the
fact, I
same
don't have any.
situation. No spell slots, but I'm doing fine.
So, did I use any dice before? It's not marked.
I'm not sure for you, Jamie. I don't remember how he did it.
I feel like I did.
3 were used for me.
Yeah, I think 3 should have been marked. I may have just not clicked it correctly for you.
That makes sense because I actually used 3 of my own as well, so it would be like right in line with us.
Yeah, I like built it based on you guys.
But rather than use, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, which Hadar, you have 4 hit dice to use here?
I believe that I only used 2 before.
Yeah, you've got none marked on your character sheet. So either you
Yeah,
guys are
it's-
accidentally clicking long rests, or you need to make sure to click those.
I'm gonna say. Jamie's got the medical kit too, so if anybody's in like rough shape or whatever and doesn't want to use excessive amounts of hit dice, you could always get like a little boost from the healer's kit.
All right, I only rolled that first. That twice.
And if you're running low on your healer's kit, I just used 1 to try to save a lizard man, but I still have 6 uses left on the one I have, so you can always take it.
I still have one with full 10, so I could give you a fresh one if you need it.
Did you just say that you used one on a lizard man?
Yeah. Remember, I tried to save one of the lizard men.
No. Did you say that out loud?
What are you talking about?
Like, in front of Snapjaw?
Oh yeah. I told them we tried to save the lizard men when they got betrayed by the cultists.
Do another deception for me?
Okay, so who needs a use of the healer's kit?
I don't.
I'm at 25 hit points.
All right, so why don't I give each of you 1?
I don't actually need.
All right, so Tynus, do you want 9 points?
I'd rather save that for if I go down, so you keep hold of that.
Okay, well, I just used 9 points on somebody. Somebody need 9 points of healing?
Well, if no
Well,
one wants it,
If someone has to take it, I will, but if we don't have to take it, I think we should just save it for everybody.
how many hit points do you have, Tynus?
I'm literally down 9. I'd rather not expend it because she only uses it once a day on each of us.
Well, I am down 20, so
Take the 9 then, because it's better to go in higher.
Did you take my healing from earlier?
did I miss it? Did you heal me?
I cast Cure Wounds on you a little bit while back.
I didn't take it.
Hold on, I'll scroll up to find it.
Yeah, I'm down 15, but there's no point in healing me because I've got no spell slots anyway, so I'm not that much use in any fights at the moment.
All right, so just one then on radar.
Well, that's weird. I'm not seeing it in the chat, but I already marked it off my character sheet.
Well, I'm just taking the heal from wishes then. You can keep your cure wounds.
I'll unmark that one.
No, I just have I just need some spare health in case a javelin hits me from the back.
You all set? Good to go?
Yep.
Yes.
Ready to keep following Snapjaw.
Sure.
So he leads you all on for about another hour and a half, 2 hours. The sun sets about halfway through the process before it's a little bit more difficult to follow him through the darkness. But eventually you kind of come to this point where the land seems to rise a little bit. And then there is a small camp kind of set up. And there are a couple of canoes sitting along the water here. See, you didn't die. You were very weak, but you were able to make it this far.
Indeed. Should we put the weapons crate on your canoe?
Yeah, canoes can probably hold the weight.
Oh, you heard him, Hadar. Give him the weapons.
This may still be the place to rest if you need to sleep.
Where are your companions, Snapjaw? Expecting.
They are. And he, waves his hand, in a circle. They are hidden in the swamp. And then with the cult. And he points, ahead in the direction you've been going.
Did he say this was a good place to sleep as well?
Yes, this is the place before go to. And he, gets kind of, a little foreboding and quiet.
Maybe we should take a long rest here. What do you reckon, guys?
I'm pretty tired also.
Sounds
I
like
see
a
no
plan.
reason not to sleep.
I'd like to get a little more information from our friend. How many of these cultists are there? Is there an encampment or a town, or where do they live at?
It's not a camp. It's bigger than that. Do human brains, big stone walls make castles?
Yes, big stone walls make castles.
He pats you on the back. He's like, good, you know what a castle is. The humans have taken a castle.
That's gonna be hard to kill.
Do we get them?
He laughs in your face. You want to kill a dragon, and you're afraid of a castle.
Walls are scary.
We get the impression though that he's talking about the Roadhouse, or no?
Oh, you're definitely going in a different direction than the Roadhouse. You can roll an insight check, though.
Yeah, we're going in a different direction than the Roadhouse, like to his camp or whatever. But do we get the impression that he's leading us towards the camp and then back to the cult?
You can roll an insight.
That roll?
You're pretty sure he's talking about the cult have taken a castle in the swamp.
Okay, different from the. I got you.
There's a castle in the swamp?
Shrek really upgraded.
He's been busy.
He's a prince now, so he has to have a castle.
Yeah, can we have a lore check on the Shrek universe?
Lord Shrek for Shrek.
I like it.
Who is Shrek?
He's
A
a
big, powerful, scary
terrifying
ogre.
I don't think there's any ogres. I think Vorathamr would eat the ogre. Ogres are big. It's hard to hide. Vorathamr will eat anything he sees.
So this isn't Shrek's castle. That makes it far more ominous.
I'm pretty sure breaking verisimilitude and talking about Shrek is a great way to meet Vorathamr, and Vorathamr will kill you all. 100%, you have zero chance to fight Vorathamr.
Wise words, Snapjaw. We'll stop doing that.
You can continue to laugh, but it is a good way to meet a dragon.
And,
So long rest.
Out of curiosity, Snapjaw, are you familiar with the other less significant dragon in the area? One who calls himself Bane Breath?
Kind of like looks at you a little bit weird. It's very dangerous to have two dragons in the same place. I don't think Vorathamr would let a dragon live here.
We encountered a young, I believe he was a black dragon, not too long ago.
Vorathamr is a black dragon.
I don't think this was Vorathamr. This was a young one. What I've heard, the dragon that rules the mirror of men or whatever is a massive elder dragon.
Yes, Vorathamr is very big.
This one was young and
Supple.
yes, he wasn't your typical elder dragon. He was just a youngin.
It may be trying to escape this place, but it is very dangerous to live in a land where a dragon already lives. Especially two dragons of the same color. Skull dragons are very evil.
So I thought the same thing myself. He appeared almost offended when we mistook him for the legendary Vorathamr.
Dragons don't like other dragons, even if they are puny in the eyes of the other. But you are alive. That says a lot.
Yes, we are. Well, that's all for now. We'll take a rest here and then can save your people tomorrow. If any of your companions come around, though, it would help to gather some additional assistance.
You will fight for us?
Of course, friend. Not only for you, but for the destruction of the cult as well. We have mutually beneficial situation.
You fight and leave? You leave weapons?
Yes, the weapons are for you. They are a gift from us, and after we destroy the cult, we will leave you to your lands, the castle, whatever you please.
You are not swamp people. That one's shoes look really bad with mud on them. And he points to Arla's shoes.
You're absolutely right, they do.
Will you sleep here? Snapjaw will watch over you. You can sleep. No danger.
Ah, thank you. Highness is gonna untie the crate from his back.
You have more weapons?
No, these are just jewels.
Oh yeah, you're fucked. Vorathamr's gonna find you. I can't
Oh,
protect you from
Vorothammer
Vorothammer.
He goes looking for them in the swamp?
You're hunting a dragon and you don't know anything about dragons?
I'm gonna be dragging his
like-
corpse to the nearest town.
He's like tapping on your forehead right now, looking for like a hollow sound.
Tinus will take a step back and say, No, I was wondering if Vorothammer made often forages, or did he have people bringing him tributes?
I don't think many people know where Vorothammer lives. I don't think the cult knows.
That's... Huh.
Borngray is nice to the Scaly Death, and Borngray doesn't seem to lead on to they know where. But they're kind of here for Vorothammer. They want to, They want to help 5 dragons, and think Vorothammer will help.
Oh, I see. And Borngray is the leader of the cult here?
Borngray helps the lizard folk. Borngray brought the weapons. This is how Borngray helps us. We will defeat the frogs. And he spits on the ground.
Huh. Do the cult help the frogs?
Oh. The cult. They don't really help anybody. They help themselves.
Ah. Cult. No one. Frogs. And Tinus is going to try to connect all these dots in his head.
Don't hurt your brain.
I should sleep or I will hurt my brain.
Everybody going to sleep?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm ready
yeah.
to rest.
Tinus
We
is
should
resting.
probably set watches.
You guys trust?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Actually, no. We gotta. She has a point. We should definitely do our normal watches.
God, I fucking love you guys.
Yeah. We just got told
Let's
that
murder
keeping
everybody
these
we see. Yeah, we trust you.
So, watches. I volunteer for first watch.
You guys can basically double up for a single watch.
I would take the last watch.
Vicious, will you join me?
Yes, sure, that'd be great. Sounds fun.
Right.
So first watch is Tinus and Vicious.
Yes.
Roll for perception, disadvantage.
God, a natural 20 wasted. Oh, wait, is it disadvantage because I didn't cast light?
It is indeed.
And I cast light before that roll.
You're more than welcome to watch with light on.
Yes, I will watch with light.
What a light idea.
Tinus, roll a d12.
Five.
I'll check my toes. Look, I think I got a splinter.
What's
Because you
a
don't wear
splinter?
shoes.
When really small wood stabs you.
You should grow scales.
Linus will look to Vicious. Or grow scales?
I don't think it's an option thing.
Have you never tried it? How can you know?
Technically, Arlisle would be sleeping, but I like his reasoning.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'll try to grow scales. Kindness will ask the vampire inside of him if they can grow scales.
Roll. What are you saying inside of your thoughts? Like you just thinking to yourself, can I grow scales?
More or less, he's specifically going to be trying to think at it. Is it possible for us to grow scales?
Yeah, nothing happens.
Fair enough.
So while you two are watching, everything seems calm, pretty safe. Tynus, you start to wonder. It feels dangerous to be sitting here in the dark. And you turn on a little bit of light. What are you lighting up? Your shield?
Yep. Just putting the light on the shield.
Moments after you cast light, you start to hear. And then from another direction.
Tynus is immediately gonna drop light and try to get the others' attention. Yeah, he's gonna wake people up. Let everyone know something's coming. We need to be ready.
So I believe Arlisle will not have armor for this fight. And everybody else, I think you can sleep in your armor state.
Yeah.
Yeah, fun fact, when you light yourself up in the swamp, there's a higher chance for an encounter.
That makes sense. Oh, I have my crossbow at the ready.
So
I'm gonna fire at the
think
shot at the first unfamiliar creature I see.
all of the water. You said you turned off the light?
Yeah, lights off.
Yeah, you're not going to get to fire or anything before initiative.
Fair enough.
So let's just kind of move you all to the center of this little island. You kind of place yourselves like in whatever order you want to kind of be sitting around.
I'm good with where I'm.
Can I see anything?
You see a lot of black lines that kind of extend up into puffs of what you assume are leaves of trees.
Sorry, so let's take a call, but I'm back now. I heard everything whilst I was on the call.
Actually ran off to answer the door in the same moment. What happened?
Nothing really, just positioning ourselves on the campfire, I think, based on what's happening.
I like my positioning. I'll stick here.
Oh, it's got my second natural 20 tonight. Both times have been on initiatives. Doc still goes before me though, because he's got better dex.
I don't know why mine's not working.
Clearly, our initiative is just really messy right now.
I think the list wasn't up yet for us to enter into.
No, Doc and Arlisle, you showed up. You did it correct that when I opened initiative, you were already on it.
Oh, nice.
Oh, is it showing up on yours? On mine, I'm not on there, but everybody else is.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's fucking up that level of the system.
Yeah,
Doesn't
they're
make
probably
sense
just
to me.
upgrading more stuff. Everything's been like super like sketch lately. The green one, Snapjaw.
It is indeed.
Okay, we are surrounded, and this ambiance is not helping my fear.
Swampophobia.
All right, Tinus, you hear the sound all around you, and right about when you put out the light, the last thing that you see is eyes everywhere.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Um. I've got no way to keep a permanent. Oh wait, no, I can still do that. Do I want to? Yeah, I'm not gonna take that risk. I'm gonna fire, or yeah, I'm gonna fire a crossbow bolt at number 10, or at least at the eyes that I can see in the darkness, and hope that hits it.
Make your attack roll.
$11.
You hear the twang of the bolt. Seems to fly off for a second. And it seems to hit. And then there's a thunk.
That sounded more like a tree than a whatever these are. And with my free action, I guess I'm going to try to ask Snapjaw, what are these things? And that'll end my turn.
One's going to run up to Hadar and try to bite into him. I believe that's going to miss with an 11. Technically, you should be prone right now, and it's still going to miss with a 12. Oh, that's going to make it boring real quick. One is going to run up and just bolt right past Vicious, right past Doc. And it's just gonna... Everybody make a perception check at disadvantage. Is that missing Vicious? Perception check, disadvantage, Vicious? It's gonna run right up to Snapjaw, opening its mouth wide, much larger than his face. Stick out a tongue, and lick his whole face. Bottom of his jaw up to the top.
All right, I'm way confused.
Another one's gonna run up to him and clearly snuggle up to him.
Not monsters.
What do these things look
Well, you
like?
shot one.
I shot a tree.
All you saw at that point is a massive lizard-like face that is much larger than Snapjaw. Dude,
He
three
still looks
fucking
alive?
sixes in a row. Another one's gonna run up, pushing another one out of the way, like so it can get closer to Snapjaw. And it's gonna go to
Wow.
Doc.
So is there any light right now? Are they close enough to me that I can see what they are?
Wait, my bad. Technically, you're essentially surprised here. You can see that these are giant lizards at this point. But no, there is no light. You all are all looking... Yeah, realistically, it's actually complete darkness right now. But you all basically have seen these things seem to be lizards, much larger than Snapjaw. And those three have basically, like, swarmed him. Well, I think you can technically see 5 feet even in complete darkness. So you can essentially see that they're like almost grappling him in their body, but clearly there's no like hostility. That's what those checks were for.
So is Snapjaw conscious right now? Like, is he awake?
Yeah.
And he hasn't said anything yet?
Nope, I was cracking up that I rolled him final in the initiative order, so he can't say a damn thing until everybody takes a turn.
So do they look like him or are they much, much bigger than him?
Much, much bigger than him.
But do
Okay,
they look
so-
like him?
It looked like lizards. He looks like a lizard. They are running on
Alright,
4
so-
legs.
So Doc's gonna say, these creatures don't appear to be hostile. Hold your actions until Snapjaw gives us the word. And I'll try to like step in between him and the lizards, like defensively.
Yeah, I don't think you can actually, you're going to be one of the surprise people as well, essentially. You can still speak, but you don't really have anything physically that you can do.
Okay, I can't like light a torch or anything.
Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be everything for you. You're like being woken up in the process of this going down.
Okay, so I'll just say that and then that'll end my turn.
And then Arlyle is the other person oh no, even Hadar is there as well. Because basically Tynus and Vicious are the only 2 that are conscious when this goes down. The other 3 of you are surprised, like Tynus, Hadar, and Snapjaw were up on watch.
Alright, so I can't cast it daylight then now.
Correct. Yeah, you basically have like verbal and then your turn. That's pretty much all you have for your turn.
Alright, I yawn.
You would have actually heard some noise from the creatures. Like the first one that ran up to Hadar, it would have like run up and like snapped at him. And then these 3 like ran up and like clearly there's a different vocalization than like a hostile biting. So I think there's, without like asking for an insight roll, you guys feel much safer feels. It's almost like a cat like cooing to you, or a dog like when it's shaking its ass when its master comes home. But you said that's essentially good for you, Arlo?
Yeah, it's fine for me, thanks.
Vicious?
Can I see better than the others?
Yeah, I can see the dark as well.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
essentially
surprised
with your
by it,
dark
yeah.
vision, you guys see black and white. So you see more signs of these creatures, like how big they are. But it doesn't really give you much depth perception without, like, color, without light. So it's hard to see these creatures because they blend into the swamp pretty well. But you have a much better idea about the size of these creatures than anybody else.
And that'll end my turn.
Another one like crawls over a few of the others. One kind of like moves up and it's trying to like push Doc out of the way. Hadar.
Well, I don't believe I'm doing anything. Just looking around and listening if I hear a fight, but I can't hear anything, so I'm
As the creatures kind of like close in on the group, they're all like pushing to get closer to Snapjaw. And eventually he kind of like starts to pat on him, and you see him as he like crawls out from under this like pile of massive lizards that are like growing into his space, and he's almost standing like 15 feet above the ground on top of them all, and he's like, oh, everybody be calm. They're just really excited to see us. I believe they were all coming here to help carry the load for the cult.
Ah, good. That's far less terrifying.
You have 10 mounts.
Wow. Tynus will stow his crossbow and put up his shield again.
One piece ass cheek.
What was that?
10 mounts, so that's 1 mount for each ass cheek then.
uh,
That would certainly be a really, really interesting one, being that they're like 10 feet wide. So like a 20-foot ass.
extreme squatting.
I feel like Tynus has got a ghetto booty, so he should be alright.
I'm gonna throw that one out. He is a twig.
Tiny waist, big butt. Oh, he got that. Whoop, what?
Sure. Regardless, he only needs one if he were to mount one of these, and he's not gonna do that unless like everyone else in the party does.
Alright, fine. We'll use the mounts like roller skates then.
You do that. You try standing on 2 running creatures at the same time.
I've seen the Jean-Claude Van Damme cause advert. I know it's possible.
So, Tynus. Roll. Roll any die. Odds 1 hour, evens 2 hours. If you want, roll a d2.
Odd.
You need an extra hour of sleep.
Tynus will say, I still need to rest quite a bit. Does this require further movement on our part?
This is still the safest place for us to sleep. If you need sleep, we should still stay here.
Very good. I will call this the end of my watch and go back to bed. Who's going after me and Vicious?
Well, I believe the others said that they would be woken up in a little bit longer. I don't think they're ready yet.
Tynus will sigh. All right, I'll keep going.
You can sleep. I can watch for you.
And these big things are on your side, yes?
Yes.
Well, I don't think we need to keep watch if we've got all these defenders. What do you all say?
Wait, don't we still have shifts?
Tynus is currently proposing we break shifts because look at him.
Yeah, if they decide that they don't like us, we get eaten.
All right, yeah, there's a point. I guess I'm being too trusting. All right, I guess we'll continue our shifts in order then.
Well, does it make a difference if we don't have somebody watch?
I guess it's the difference between one of the people we know we can trust and someone we only think we can trust.
Trust fall.
I've never had a good trust fall.
I'm gonna catch him.
He didn't fall. He's not.
Yeah, I don't see any reason not to like have somebody watch. I'm already up anyway. I'm gonna have a cigarette. I'll stay up for a while and watch next shift.
Wait, did you guys say you know that you can trust Arlyle? You know Arlyle rhymes with Nile, right?
He absolutely trusts Arlyle with his life.
Yeah, you guys are effectively 1 hour into the sleep. My point with Tynus is shooting your crossbow is enough that it breaks his, like, start of his rest. So he still needs 8 hours.
Oh,
I
right,
get what
right,
you're
right.
saying.
Everybody else is an hour into their rest, and because you took no actions, you didn't break your rest.
Gotcha. Can I move myself to last watch with Hadar?
Certainly, yep.
All right. And Tynus will say, all right, it's going to be you and me instead, Hadar.
Snapjaw looks over at Vicious. He's like, the ill one is weak. It'll be just us.
The one that's smoking a cigarette staying awake too.
Now, which one of us is the ill one? Because Tynus would look ill.
I don't know. I guess you're both kind of sickly.
I would still argue that Doc may seem to have emphysema, but otherwise doesn't seem ill at all. He is, I guess, with Arlyle back, Doc is arguably the healthiest person in this group. I have not compared him to Arlyle, but I'm pretty sure Doc is the healthiest person in this group.
So I am the sick one.
You are definitely the sickly one.
Tynus is gonna lay down somewhere.
So Doc's staying up for this next wash with Vicious.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So Doc and Vicious, roll perception checks at disadvantage. You guys have a pretty calm watch. There's a little bit of like rolling and like chirping from the different lizards as they kind of like move and settle themselves. And you hear like some conversation from Snapjaw that seems to be like in lizard to the others, but otherwise have a pretty calm watch. So Vicious, it's time for you to turn in. Doc, you can spend another hour on watch.
Who'd we decide is next?
We can take next.
All right, I'll wake up Arlo.
So do I roll again now?
Yeah, so Arlyle and Doc, you guys can roll perception disadvantage.
I'm gonna use my last.
Well, I was going to say, what if I use daylight? Because I'm about to get it back anyway with a long rest.
You can certainly cast light if you would like to.
Don't want to do that because it's a possibility.
All right, I won't cast it then. Zero for me.
So describe to me how you two get incredibly distracted while you were on watch.
I noticed there's some dirt on my boots, so I start polishing them again.
And Doc sits back and just starts drinking and watching Arla polish his boots, and just gets awfully comfortable and just sort of dozes off.
I was thinking you were also like chain smoking to make up for the Shambling Mountain cigarette. But yeah, I definitely imagine Doc like walking up to the swamp edge and like sinking a foot and a half into the swamp muck to like wet down like a little brush and then walking back like to like the dry part of camp so he can like wipe the little bits of mud off of his boots. And his socks are fucked, but his boots look pretty fresh.
I feel like I'm having like an existential crisis as well, with the realization that I seem to have like not been here for the past few weeks, but no one seems to have remarked upon it. It's like I was not been here, but I've always been here, but I've not, and it's confusing.
Felt like you've been here. I didn't even notice you were gone, but I have been doing quite a bit of drinking and smoking. So, yeah, try some of this. I'll offer him some of my orc mash.
Oh, what's the worst that can happen? I'll have a swig. But I wipe the rim thoroughly first.
Oh, if you're gonna wipe that rim, you're gonna love the taste of the orc mash. It tastes a lot like Vicious smells,
It
but
tastes
it
like
is
ass.
fire. It is straight alcohol that apparently is fermented orc. And then Doc, do you want to wake somebody up?
Yeah, I will. Do we know who's next on watch? Did they say? I thought Linus was last.
Yeah, you kind of like
It's Hadar and
Tinus
Tinus.
piecing out kind of throws stuff for a loop because
Okay.
essentially you're watching like a half between the watch. So Arlyle is now halfway through his watch. So you don't necessarily have to wake somebody.
I got you. So I guess I'll just get Hadar up next then. So I'll go over to Hadar and I'll like dangle some food in front of his nose. Wakey, wakey, big boy.
Oh. Oh. What?
Your eyes peeled. I'm gonna catch a little shut eye.
Is that fish or is that ration?
Small rations.
Ah.
Hope you get.
So Hadar, if you wake up, I feel like Arlyle just rolled his perception, and then Hadar, perception disadvantage. Let's see, you guys went to bed pretty late in the night. Yeah, about this time is where you start to see like the first signs of light. It's still certainly early, but everything kind of goes by without any sort of hitch. Doesn't seem to be much of noise besides all of these massive lizards that seem to be kind of like tossing and turning through the night. But you two have a pretty seamless watch.
Perfect.
Arlyle will have to go to sleep. Would you like to wake up Tinus?
All right, I just start sort of. I'll put like a handkerchief over my boot and then start gently kicking him with my protected boot. Wake up! You've been on the floor and it's filthy. You need to stand up.
Can I resist being woken up?
You certainly can.
Tinus doesn't want to wake up.
Tinus seems to
Very
sleep
well.
through your efforts. But you know Hadar is awake right now.
Can I unarmed attack Tinus?
If you want to push the wake up attempt, you guys can do a contested, do a strength versus a constitution contest. Like just strength check versus constitution check.
That's rolled twice, so it's only a 7 for me.
Oh yeah, that's absurd for Tinus to be able to come out on top with that.
I know, right?
He seems to be asleep.
He is. He's not even budging. If anything, he looks dead. He looks like a corpse.
Well, that's fine. I won't revive you 3 times in one battle ever again. No problem. And I'll just go to sleep then. Good luck. Good luck, my round friend.
What? I'm just gonna sit right next to Tinus then.
Pretend he's watching with you, sure.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pat his head all the time. Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well. Forever.
Put some pennies on his eyes so he can pay for the afterlife.
So, Hadar, roll a perception at disadvantage. Snapjaw comes over to you and starts talking about all of the different lizard delicacies. And while none of it necessarily sounds incredibly appetizing, it's really hard for you not to hear about food and find something interesting about it. And you get distracted as fuck from actually watching off on the swamp. But it appears nothing really goes down. and you're getting tired and ready to finish off the rest of your sleep.
So what was I'm going to wait. Everybody wait. Everybody was awake now already, yeah? So
Yeah, I don't think you're terribly aware of who needs to finish off the watch, but it's definitely not morning yet.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, Tinus, my friend, can you wake up now?
All right, now Tinus will wake up.
I'm gonna give him a kiss on his forehead.
Tinus will wake up with a violent hiss as he was dreaming about draining people.
Roll a Constitution check, Tinus.
20.
Word. Yep, you are welcome to wake up.
Tinus wakes up with a violent hiss towards you, Hadar, but he notices it's you and stops. Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, you already slept your turn, but you can do the turn now. I don't know I don't know who can do the watch with you, but I did mine alone. Do what you want. I'm just gonna sleep now. Goodbye.
Have a good rest, my friend. And Tinus will take the last bit of watch.
Alright, I am pretty sure that puts the group 5 hours into this night.
Oh.
So you can roll perception disadvantage, Tinus?
Nine.
It's a pretty quiet evening. You spend a little bit of time dreaming about, or like thinking about blood and the person you fed on the day before. Roll a perception disadvantage.
10.
Another pretty quiet little moment of watch. Nothing really seems to go down. Everybody... Yeah, you need 2 more hours of sleep and everybody else needs another hour. So as you start to doze off, Snapjaw kind of comes over to you and he just kind of like pats you to sleep and he's like, "It's okay, weak one. You can sleep."
Thank you, Snapjaw. I will take you up on that, and he will fall asleep.
So I believe after an hour, everybody can wake up and start to go about their days. Tinus sleeps a little bit longer.
Ooh, long rest.
Yeah, I rolled high at the
Exhaustion
start of
remains.
that. And then low as fuck all through the end. But that was hilarious that you lit yourself up.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it seemed like a good idea at the time.
What could go wrong being the only light in a swamp?
So for the next hour, Doc's gonna try to like put a little piece of string on the end of one of his arrows and like bow fish hunt for some fish.
um, let's see. Do a perception and then do a dexterity performance roll. So if you have performance proficiency, add your dexterity modifier to your proficiency bonus.
Don't have proficiency.
Yeah, so just your dex then. It's essentially just a dex check at that point.
So wait, roll a dex check on top of the perception?
No, like a performance. A perception check was to see you trying to spot fish, and then the performance check is like how good you do at the act. Like it's a dexterous performance.
Okay. So I'm good. I rolled.
Yeah, but you should. Oh, your dexterity is the same as your charisma? That's definitely interesting.
Oh wait, what do you mean?
Like a dexterity performance is instead of using charisma to do a performance check.
Oh, my charisma is only +2. My dex is +3.
Oh, it says +3 because of that fucking luck stone. That's what it is. So it would be a +4, so 17.
No, the luck stone's only on saves. +1 on saves.
I feel like it modifies all of those. Because you've got no negatives to any of your checks. I think that's from the luck stone. Like your intelligence and your wisdom is a -1. Your dexterity bonus is +3, but your dexterity skills are +4. I'm pretty sure that's the luck stone. Yeah, 2 ability checks and saving throws. That's part of why that thing's absurd. Is because it is fucking everything that you roll a dice about, it's +1. 5% to everything that you roll a dice for.
Oh, so wait, performance is charisma.
But
and
that's why I
perception
said
is also.
That's why I said like a dexterity performance, because it was, if you have performance proficiency, you can have proficiency. Like that's the proficiency that will add to this like hunt, is that it's more of like a performance than just going out and being like dexterous in your shooting.
Oh, okay, I get what it is. I'm proficient in perception, so it adds it's wisdom, which would be -1, but it's +1 from the stone, and then it adds my proficiency bonus. So it's really +4, but it becomes +3 because I'm
Yep.
normally -1. And then my charisma is +2, and then it gives me +1 from the stone. So it's a total
Yep.
of +3. Okay, that makes sense.
But essentially doing the dexterity performance check, you would have rolled a 17 and a 21 there.
I got you. I didn't understand what you were saying.
But yeah, you're able to gather up a fish in that little process. You see 1 fish, and you are able to take 1 fish.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to Snapjaw. Got you a little something, my friend, for your help there.
He like looks at all the giant lizards and like looks back at you like in the 1 fish. Thank you, human. Very kind of you.
I mean, I was looking for more fish. I thought maybe I could get a few of them, but I only spotted the one. But I got the one I saw.
We are happy you thought of us. Thank you. And you hear him like kind of like click a little bit, and like most of the lizards like run off. So what are your morning processes? What are y'all thinking right now?
Well, my first thought is I thought lizards were like daytime warmth.
You're literally talking to a lizard.
All right, never mind.
You are a green-skinned half orc, half human.
Right, I know this is a
Trying
fantasy
to
game.
give
but
you all a safe night's sleep.
I know this is a fantasy game, but I draw the fucking line at nocturnal lizards, right? My belief can only go so far.
Yeah, I mean, come on. We can bend the rules some places and use our imagination, but lizards that are up at night, that doesn't even make sense.
Clearly, they've
Yeah.
got to be cold-blooded.
What's next? Cows that eat fucking meat. Ugh.
All right, fine.
Okay, Gene. I thought it was fun.
It would be
That
really
was a little
funny to have one of the I can't think of the cow class, but feed the cow class some beef.
Yeah, enjoy, bitch.
Not like how they spread mad cow disease.
100%.
I thought that was just poor mental health care for bovine.
No, I feel like it started with like I feel like it was like a damn, I can't think of the brain fluid. It's like an issue with the brain fluid, and then I feel like it was cows eating that and it spreads. But it's essentially from like it's like the outbreaks start in like dirty ass like basically industrialized cow pastures.
I remember it was a whole thing here. It was like really out of control in the UK. That must have been like late 90s, early 2000s there.
Yeah, I think that's part of why it's realistically pretty easy to control. So does anybody have anything in mind to get completed in the morning, or are you ready to set off?
I'm good.
Different lizards like come back and they all have like a bunch of fish, and like they kind of like set it down and they all have like a little bit of feast, and like Snapjaw's sitting there just like slowly meagerly eating like the little fish that Doc like gave him, like thank you so much. But like the other like lizards are like having like a feast of fish from the swamp. But you guys progress forward. Y'all hop into the cows. You have a few extended bouts of travel. The lizards kind of like swim alongside the actual party in the canoes. They are all pretty well prepared to carry the different things. At some point, Snapjaw basically tells him, like, you can put all of your crates onto the lizards. You can tie them to them. You don't have to keep them in the canoes. So if nobody stops them, he'll tie them up and basically set the crates up on the actual giant lizards for the next portion of the journey. But you all hop in canoes and you start to paddle off to the west, heading deeper and deeper into the swamp. And I think we'll fast forward through a few days of travel. There's some random bullshit with crocodiles. You fight off some other this and that's. But overall, we are going to pick up next week as you all approach the castle from afar. And that's where we're going to end things. At your first look at Castle Nerlitar in the depths of the swamp of the Mere of Dead Men.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so like in game, are we spending days going through the swamp? How big is this swamp?
Yeah, it's like 4 days of travel basically to cross the swamp.
God, big swamp. That just sounds awful, especially for Arlisle.
It's the worst. I'm gonna get some plastic bags for my shoes.
So if you actually look at this like large section of it on this like main map, what is it? I think I've got the scale hidden on this map, but I think that's about like 70 miles or so of swamp. Like width-wise. And then it's difficult terrain, so everything you do is at like half speed, making your way across it. And then the whole point of the actual like expansion project where you all came up here to build the road is the fact that the swamp itself is literally growing at an alarming rate and like keeps consuming the road and stopping travel from the north to the south. Like from Waterdeep and Neverwinter, it's breaking that road.